What is going on, everybody? How are we doing on this fine Thursday evening? My name is Eric, and welcome to Q2C VR Gamer Live. We are a weekly VR talk show that airs live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, where we broadcast live to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, the multiverse, baby. And Todd, again, second week in a row, we are live in TikTok.
We are.
Man, we are like the hugest TikTokers ever. We have like 12 people watching. It's amazing.
We have zero people watching right now.
It's gonna build. It's gonna build. Wait for it. It's like a snowball. It's gonna get bigger and bigger as it rolls downhill.
Got to start somewhere.
But if you cannot catch us live, you can always catch us afterwards on your favorite podcast platform, where we are absolutely caught up with every episode. And I'll even download this one as soon as this program is over tonight. But before we go any further, let me say hello to my partner from the great Canadian Northwest. If he was a boy band, he would be the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, One Direction, Boys to Men, New Edition, and New Kids on the Block all rolled into one. Todd Jackson, what is going on, fella?
Hi, diddly ho, diddly.
Can you tell me why?
Tell me why.
Can you tell me why?
Tell you why.
Why can't you tell me why, bro?
I can't tell you why.
What?
Nope. Not happening.
D, can you tell me why?
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Tell me why.
Todd's a boy. If he would be all those boy bands rolled into one. D, what is your favorite boy band growing up?
NKOTB. New Kids on the Block.
New Kids. My wife is a New Kids on the Block fan. Can I, Steph, are you in there? Can I say what you're doing this fall? Where you're going? Yeah. Can I say that? Can I tell everybody what you're doing? No, I'm telling you, I'm asking you.
I'm asking.
Where are you? Tell me. She's here somewhere. She just brought me coffee. Where are you, lady? Oh,
she said yes.
All right. Yes. So this is how big of a fan of New Kids on the Block my wife is. She's so I travel all over, right? I'm like a madman, and she like never says anything. So she's like, "I'm gonna go do this, and you have to say yes." And I'm like, where do you want to go? She goes, "Me and a friend of mine, we're going on a New Kids on the Block cruise." What? So they're going on a cruise ship with the band and all these other crazy people that are going to hang out with New Kids on the Block for the week. So she's going to hang out with Donnie and Danny and whatever the hell the other idiots' names are.
Wow.
So what about Backstreet? What about Boys to Men or Backstreet Boys?
Well, Boys to Men, of course, but I think Backstreet was a little after, me, but
yeah, maybe yeah.
Todd,
Boys to Men's coming to
catchy.
Todd, Todd had to show us this before the show because my daughter and her friend were singing a song, and that's how I came up with Todd's opening, because I heard them singing the song and it like hit me. I was having a tough time figuring out what I was going to do.
Baby, one more time.
So as soon as I heard it and we were starting to talk about it, I started singing the song in my head because now this song is stuck in my head. So Todd's like, this is one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen in a TV show. Todd, roll the clip, Todd.
Oh, God.
Roll the clip, Todd.
So, do you recognize any of these men?
I was hiding in the bathroom stall, so I didn't see his face, but I heard him. He was singing along to the music at the bar.
Do you remember what he was singing?
I think it was that song, I Want It That Way.
Backstreet Boys, I'm familiar. Okay. Number one, could you please sing the opening to I Want It That Way?
Really? Okay. You are my fire.
Number 2, keep it going.
The one desire.
Number 3.
Believe when I say.
Number 4.
I want it that way.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a mistake.
Now number 5.
I never wanna hear you say,
I want it that way.
Oh, chills. Literal chills.
It was number 5. Number 5 killed my brother.
Oh my god, I forgot about that part.
I love that show so much. You have no idea. It is my favorite show on television.
I forgot about that part.
Oh my god,
Yeah, I
man!
forgot about that part.
Tell me why. Now
my
it's in
God.
my head, dude. That I cannot get this song out of my head. I'm in
Quit
trouble.
mentioning it. Let's stop because it's been in my head for 30
I
freaking minutes.
want it that way. We should just all sing it right now for everybody. What do you think?
Yeah, no.
Oh my god, that was hysterical. I'm not sure how we can top that, but we will try tonight. We got a really cool show for you tonight. We're gonna talk to the creator of a game called Sail that has been out quite some time and actually just had a birthday. So we're gonna talk a little Sail tonight with Garett, and then we're gonna get into some PlayStation VR 2 stuff. Where we got some PlayStation VR top 25 lists that a couple of people did, a couple of different places did that I want to talk about, and we're gonna get into that, and we're gonna ask a couple of questions. Is the PlayStation VR 2 in trouble? We're gonna ask and answer those questions tonight. Todd, we do have a couple things to give away tonight. What do we got?
We're going to give away a key to SailVR, courtesy of our friends over there at Sail.
Sail? Any good? Never heard of it.
Probably one of the coolest games ever. Like,
That's
I did a
pretty
review
much.
on this when it first came out, and I'm
You
still
did
in
too.
love
I
with this
have
game.
to say, you were
Love it.
on this game probably over a year ago because you played it when it was just in SideQuest. Did you not?
Yep,
Amazing.
and love it. Love
I know
it. Love
you.
it. Love
I
it.
know you freaked out back then.
Yeah. Well, I'm a huge Sea of Thieves
Garett
player.
fan?
Like,
Me
well, I
too,
used
I
to
know.
be anyway. So it's like Sea of Thieves in VR. It's like
It is Sea
fucking
of
awesome.
Thieves in VR,
Yeah,
and it's
so
going to
good.
be even more like Sea of Thieves coming up soon. All right, we'll get into that later, but we're going to give a key to that away. And what else we got?
We got a key to Iron Rebellion.
Iron Rebellion. That's an awesome game. That's a mech game, right?
Yeah. You want to
I
check out the
haven't
trailer?
played that in a while, and I know the guy, the developer does that. Is a really good dude too, and he does a lot of work. He is continuing, like even now, I think updating that game constantly. So that's a good one, another good one. I love mechs in VR, man.
Let's check it out quick.
Yeah.
Nice. Go. I tried to stop it. I went.
No nerds
You're not
allowed.
invited to my birthday. You can't.
Very cool, man. That's a good trailer, man. I gotta say, that's a pretty good trailer.
Yeah, it's
It's like
game.
boom, 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 gets you going. That was
If
super
you
cool.
like a mech warrior, that kind of game, then it's definitely for you.
Yeah, Ultimate Warrior. Love the Ultimate Warrior. D, Ultimate Warrior fan?
Sure.
You're not an Ultimate
Ultimate
Warrior fan
Warrior
from the
Oh,
WWF?
come on.
Come on.
Shaking the,
Did you know
the
that he
face
was?
paint.
Did you? I saw on Facebook somewhere today that he was actually once known as the Dingo Warrior, and Vince McMahon, when he came to WWF, he changed it to Ultimate Warrior, but he was the Dingo Warrior.
No way.
Glad
Yeah.
the change was made.
Yeah. All right, let's say hi to our chat, and I want to get Garett in here and say hi because he's been hanging out in the wings way too long. And actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll just say hi to the chat real quick. All right, we have Gina Masada, I think, who was one of the first ones here, who said, that she was waiting for like a countdown. She was 67 minutes early. She was here hanging out. What's up, Gina? Thanks for hanging out. We appreciate it. Michelle B is here. We have Guido7335, Traveling Man. We have Joseph Brokenborough. What's up, bro? I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're enjoying your PSVR too. Gem Chick is here. Let's see. Samson143 VR is here. Mickey Bear is here. I am Dickel. Let's see. Who else we got? I said Traveling Man, I think. Let's see. Hussein X is here. We have a Destiny 11 sighting. A lot of people talking, man. Lots of conversations going back and forth.
We have a crap load of crossover too from our friends over at Sail and their channel and their community.
Nice.
We have Rims here. Fuzzy Dust is here. Blowbald. I'm not sure who that is, but they're here as well. Nice to see everybody.
Heck yeah, we have Whiny Witch sighting. Brandon VR. Wolveraza is here. What's up, man? How you doing? Who else? VR Spry Guy, Samson143. I think I already said. Fourth Wall Breaker. Man, there's so much just chat going on. Everybody's just talking to each other. Chai Tom D is here. We have Mr. Tasselhoff is here. Chris9989. Goddess Robin is here. Hendrix Toy. Define Tech. Zell2318. Kubo92. Sim is here. Paul Fennessy is in the house. What's up, Paul? How you doing, man? Sadly, it's Bradley is here. Says, hello, everyone. What's up, Brad? I feel like I would just get off with Brad. Actually, I really did get off.
You did.
You know who else just got off of Brad?
My mom.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she did. Nice. Assassin32 is here. We have a Facebook user. Creeper Betty is here. What is up, Creeper Betty? How you doing? She says, happy Friday Eve, VR fam. What is going on, Betty? How are you doing? Stephanie Masher is here, as we said. Hack the Game Cat. Let's see. What's up, Hack? How you doing, bro? All right. I think I'm getting any. Philozix is here. Braxorn VR. God, there's so many people. Mepper.
Lewis DMC is here from the Sail community. Danger Noodle, Corn Tab.
Danger Noodle. I love that name, dude. Danger Noodle.
Mr. Pigeon.
Awesome.
Love it.
Well, we got Mateo 3Run1 is in the house. Is what time is it? You know, we're early now, dude. We're an hour earlier than we normally go. Well, not normally. This is our normal now. 8 p.m. is our normal. Mateo said they filmed an episode of Brooklyn 999 next to his apartment when he lived in Queens. That's
awesome.
freaking cool, dude.
That's cool.
That is cool. I want to watch that show now because I really never watched it. And now I laugh my ass off at that.
Funny.
He's hilarious.
Andy
dude.
Sandberg is so funny, and Terry Jeffers Terry Crews is.
And Terry Crews
is in it, and oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah, Chatty's here. Arcanian is here. I think we're getting one down. We have a $4.99 super chat from Samson143 says, "Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me." Hell yeah, dude, love it. That's another good one. All right. Guido, I think. Hussein X. Techno Glitch is here. Kensai Gaming VR just slid in. What's going on, guys? All right. Clueless Dad Gamer, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. He said, dudes. All right. Let's get this guy in here. Mind Jive, I think, just slid in as well. Typical Kiwi. Man, they're still throwing up. Let's get this guy in here because he's pretty awesome. He's got an awesome game. And if you have not checked it out, make sure you jump into Sail as soon as possible. But Garett Cook from SailVR. What is up, bro? How you doing, man?
I apologize in advance for this, but I promised my chat something, so
yeah.
Teacup! Yeah, we're good.
Nice. Did you just scream teacup for some reason?
You did, yeah.
I was just bullied by chat to scream teacup when I got into the podcast, so I do it for the boys.
Nice. What does teacup? No, you gotta like explain this now. What does teacup mean?
Oh man,
or is teacup a person?
No, so in our Discord, just out of the blue, these people created their own clans, right? And so it's been this like constant war to like have different clans like get certain things. So there's the T clan, and they've been begging me to put T in the game. So I put a T flag in the game, and now they want like actual teacups in the game. And they got on chat. They're all sitting here, they're watching me, and they're like, yo, you won't scream teacup at the top of your lungs when you get on the podcast.
Yeah.
And I was like, bet, let's go, let's do it.
I love it.
No better
Awesome.
way to
Chat
answer.
up just because the
yeah.
Restream's not putting your chat into YouTube, so I just got chat up for a bit here on the right just so that we can see all.
Yeah, look at them all. Holy
You
crap,
can see
dude.
the T clan going,
going
hard.
crazy.
T
Yeah.
clan,
What's up,
how we
T-clan?
doing?
That's freaking awesome. Hey, thanks for all being here, and I will give you a Teacup!
Let's go!
There you go. Thanks for being here. We just blew everybody's ears off, but I love it.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here. We
just
appreciate
exploded.
it. Garrett, welcome back to the show, man. How you doing?
It's been good to be here, man. I've had the craziest, 6 months since that last time I was on? Goodness. Yeah, it's been
really
good.
Yeah, so if nobody knows, I mean, Garrett this is returning to the show, but the last time we did it, we were live at coming from Dave and Buster's in Utah for the Val tournament. Val did an Among Us tournament. Garrett was there, showing Sail off, and some of the booths that they had around. And then Garrett waited freaking patiently throughout like the whole entire show because we had so many people that were wanting to come on that episode. It was me and it was Todd and Skiva and Alex all doing it together. And then we had so many people coming on. Garrett was just sat there patiently waiting, and he's like, "I'm here, guys. Whenever you're ready to go." And you came on and we talked some Sail, and that was like coming up almost a year ago now.
That's almost a year ago now.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah,
crazy.
Now everyone feels bad that I was like sitting in the back of that like podcast just waiting, but what you guys don't understand is I was like fanboying to the max. Like I'm seeing all my heroes just like walk in and out of that room, and I'm just like, I could sit here forever, just be in the same room. Like people,
I know when me and Todd walked in, Garrett's like, "Wow, it's Eric and Todd from."
It's Eric. What?
He's like, "Forget about Mike VR Oasis. Forget about Mike VR Oasis and Kaz and Cherry and
for them."
Well, GT and who else do we have there? VR with Jasmine. He's like, forget about those guys.
Skiva and Alex. And
the funny thing about VR with Oasis is I swear like there are 15 different people at that thing that looked like him, but I was like, okay, which one's the shortest one? That's him.
Yeah, right.
That's Mike is one of the coolest dudes, man. He's exactly, meeting him in person and hanging out with him. We've got to do it a few times now. He's just a genuine dude. He's exactly like you would see him on, on his YouTube channel. He's just fun to do. And we had that awesome setup at Dave and Buster's, and he had to do some recording for a game, and he had to do like some voice work, and he came and used our mics and our setup. So we got a chance to actually watch him recording and how his process works and what he does. And it was one of the coolest things ever, man. It was that event was a lot of fun. It was a little weird, but it was a lot of fun.
Had some kinks, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So
I just want to give a shout out to Rim. We had another super chat, $2 super chat. It says, "Thank you, G. You're very cute. No homo. Thanks."
Okay, you are very cute. I love it. You could be a Backstreet Boy. Look at you. You could be one. You could be a Backstreet Boy for sure. You had the sunglasses on and everything when you came in.
It's the backup plan if Sail doesn't work out.
Oh, absolutely.
That's
start
right.
A boy band. Start a boy band. That's what we do. I'll start a VR boy band. I'm down.
There we go.
Let's do this.
Good.
For me, it would be a VR old man band.
I was gonna say, yeah.
It's all right. That's all right. Todd, who else is in chat that we missed, or he might have slid in late? Orland Hooper's here. Orland Hooper's jacked, yo. Damn right he is. Damn right he is.
Dude's built like a tank.
Hell yeah. What's up, Orland? How you doing, man? Thanks for coming in. Tyco Tech is here. What's up, Ty? How you doing, man? Man, lots of people coming in saying hi. Garrett, let's talk some Sail, man. Last time we talked Sail, it's actually you just about to have your birthday, your Sail birthday, right?
So actually today is Sail's birthday. Actually,
holy crap!
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3 years ago today. I put up the first version of Sail on SideQuest. So
that's insane, dude.
Pretty big, yeah. 3 years.
That's great.
Yeah, and then your original launch, I think on Quest was in August, right? So that birthday is coming up soon too. So let's do this first. For anybody who hasn't seen Sail or doesn't know Sail, Todd, let's play the trailer for Sail first, so everybody can kind of get a look at it. Damn, kick-ass trailer, dude. That is awesome.
Right, and the game has changed so much since that trailer was made.
So
Holy much.
cow.
Yeah. So let's do this first though, because there's a lot of people that may not know, first timers in here, or it's just people who haven't seen it before. Tell us a little bit first about. Well, actually, do this first. Tell us a little bit about you, how you came to be like, making, how Red Team Interactive became, a studio, how you became a developer, and how did Sail come about?
Cool. Yeah. So, gosh, we got to go back a little ways. So,
yeah, let's go.
2019, I think it is, right? I am just kind of like in life, a little bit lost. I'm in college, right? I'm kind of trying to figure out like, hey, what do I want to do? What do I want to major in, etc. And I go on spring break, right? And my mom gives me Ready Player One, right? The book Ready Player One. She's like, hey, while you're sitting on the beach, read this book, right? So I devoured Ready Player One. I read it in less than 24 hours. It was just one of the most amazing books I ever read. And that got my mind thinking about like virtual reality. I was like, where is virtual reality at? Like what's going on here? And I go back to school after spring break, and there is there's this professor who gives this presentation in the major that I was in currently. And he says, I am running a virtual reality research lab. And if anyone wants to come and learn how to develop for VR devices, like just come sign up for my class and I'll teach you how to do it. And I was just like, this has got to be like a sign from God or something, right? Like,
yeah,
I need to be on that, right? So I signed up for his class, and in 3 months, I learned how to use Unity, right? But I was just hooked. Like the very first experience that I ever tried in virtual reality was Echo VR, which was extremely nauseating for my first experience, right? But like I just loved it. I was like, I instantly, like you guys have probably seen this, when someone tries VR and it clicks that it's just the next thing. That was me, So I ended up actually working for that professor as a research assistant. I just wanted to stay in VR. Like I just loved it. And it was like very soon after that, like as I started like working for this guy, and also just like let's see, was it 2019 that the Quest 1 came out, or was it 2020? It was 2019, right?
Yeah, I don't remember now. I'm trying to. It's been 2-3 years, so
it's been a while.
Yeah, I think it's probably been. I think it was 2019.
Well, I mean, so like it all happened like at the same time. Like the Quest came out, and I tried on the Quest, and I was like, this feels so good. Like the wireless part of it was so good, because what I had been using beforehand was the Rift S, like the original one.
Oh yeah,
and like the old Cosmo, or not Cosmo.
Oh, so like so not even the Rift S, probably the DK1 you were probably using, or the CV1.
Yeah, so like we were totally wired, and as soon as I put on the Quest 1 and tried like a truly wireless 6-off solution, I was just like, this is the future, man. Like this is where it's going. And then SideQuest came out, and I jumped on SideQuest, and like I feel like a lot of people jumped on SideQuest, but the thing that I noticed in SideQuest is like there was not pirate content. I was like, who doesn't want to be a pirate? Like I was a pretty avid like Sea of Thieves fan. Like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies were awesome, And so like I went into SideQuest, and there was just nothing related to pirates at the time. And so lockdown happens, right? And I'm stuck at home working a remote job that I absolutely despised. And just like one day in the middle, I snapped. I was like, screw this. I want to do virtual reality. I'm just going to start making the virtual reality game I was thinking about, there should be something like Sea of Thieves, open world, sandbox type, in VR. Like we need that. And I was like, if no one else is going to do it, I will do it. And so I literally like just grabbed a couple of free assets off of the Unity asset store and put together a very basic scene that was literally a ship sailing backwards. And I put that up on the store, and I kind of gave this pitch. I was like, I want to make an open world VR pirate game. There's going to be, enemies to fight, treasure to find, open world, obviously. And I put it up on SideQuest. And that day it got 200 downloads, and there were like these people just begging me to start a Discord. And I was just like, okay, I think I found something here. And just from there, like in all my spare time, I was just sail until graduation. So I actually had a job lined up to go work for the US military, building simulations and training in virtual reality.
Wow.
But I got talking to my some of my wealthier friends, And I was telling them about sales because to me, I was going to go work for the military to like get better at Unity development so that someday I could come back and make Sail and do that full time. So I was talking to some of my wealthier friends and they're like, how much? Like, how much would it take for you to do that full time? And like, you know, my wife and I at the time, we were used to living super poor. So I was like, hey, like, what if we just do this, like, you know, one more year? Like, how much would we need? And my wife was like, all right, let's try it. And so I go to my friends. I was like, hey, this is probably how much I'd need to survive for like a year and put together a small team to get Sail to early access. And they're like, all right, bet, let's do it. And so they invested. They did like, you know, little family, friends, and fools round.
Yep.
And I used that money to get Sail to early access, which launched in August last year, right? And here we are almost a year later. And I now have like a studio. We're 4 people strong at this point, 4 full-time employees, and got invested in by venture capital funds back in January. So
hell yeah.
We're just rolling.
Awesome. What a story.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and it is crazy. And like in one thing that Todd was talking about too, that, you know, it did come out a year ago, but you've put so much, like the game is so different now than what it originally launched as, because number one, you've probably learned things over the year of that development cycle. And then, you know, you've had more time to put more into it and build it out. And probably some of the things that you always wanted to do, you know, before it even launched are now in the game because you've had a chance to work on them. And then you have so much more left. But I do want to mention one thing. I want to say one thing. You did say that there was no pirate games out there. And you're right, because there were a couple of pirate like ship battle games like Battle Wake, but there was no pirate games where you could get off the freaking boat, man. And that's what everybody wants to do. Like ship battle's cool,
There was
but
boat games. There was
I
no
get
pirate
bored
game.
and like, you know, once you sail around for 5 minutes, I'm bored. I want to get off the freaking boat. I want to get on an island. I want to shoot. I want to like battle. I want to go find treasure, right? And that's what you saw.
Yeah. No, like my thing is when I saw VR, I was like, people aren't going to play VR for like what they can do. They want to like be something. Like I read a game development book and I love this quote that this guy said, because he said, video games are wish fulfillments. Like when you make a video game, you are fulfilling someone's wish and that is why they're playing your game. You know, and I don't feel like any of those pirate experiences that existed were fulfilling like the wish of being the pirate. Like half of being a pirate is like the freedom to explore and like, you know, do whatever you want because you're a pirate. There's no rules, right? So yeah, it was crazy to me that didn't exist because it just felt like it was common sense to me. But hey, it's all good.
It is, and like you were saying about Sea of Thieves. I mean, you were a huge Sea of Thieves fan, and you saw that there was a need for it. And Todd, you were a Sea of Thieves fan, and I think this is why you kind of jumped on to Sail so early. And like,
yep.
I mean, if you want to take a second, Todd, just tell everybody what made you kind of fall in love with Sail early on.
It was the connection between the two. Sea of Thieves, I played hundreds of hours with that game, loved it. And as soon as I saw it on SideQuest that I could play, it lacked multiplayer, but the immersion, the AI was smart enough to keep me entertained for freaking hours, man. And the way that you made it, and this is funny because when I first started playing it, there was voice controls on the ship that I had no idea. So I played it for hours. And then, you know, as you go on, you get bigger ships and you can, you know, buy upgrades and stuff. My ship was huge and I'm running all over the goddamn thing to do stuff. And then I put up a video and someone commented, you know, you can just use your voice to drop the anchor. I'm like, what? Totally changed everything. I was like, this is even more awesome.
Well, that's a good spot to hit on, Garrett. Voice control in a VR game. Not many do it, and Sail does.
Sail does do it. It does do it. Yep.
Yeah.
So what can you control? Like, because Todd is right. The ships get big. I mean, it's just like Sea of Thieves. You start with a smaller ship. As you get bigger, you make more money. You can buy bigger ships, or you can you steal other people's ships too, right?
Yes, we just added that with our last update. There are ships that you can jump on, kill everyone on board, and make it yours.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you do get these bigger ships, and like Todd said, it's hard to control when you're by yourself. So what can you do with your voice and to control this? Actually, there's more than just drop anchor.
Yeah. So drop anchor and stuff, that's still in there. There's also like the ability to fire the cannon. We used to have it that it controlled the sails, but we recently just upgraded the sail mechanics to be like you actually have to pull down ropes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So ever since we've done that, we tried to make it more accessible by putting the ropes like pretty close to like the helm where you're steering. So we took out the sail commands, but yeah, like, I mean, to start and stop your ship, that's like the biggest one right now. So the funny thing is originally the plan was to create like a whole AI crew, and you'd be able to like hire crew on and be able to like voice command them to do certain tasks. But we eventually decided that like multiplayer is going to be better than any AI crew we could ever create. So like, we'll just go that way. So
well, there's the cat out of the bag, multiplayer.
Multiplayer.
So, multiplayer is coming to Sail.
Yep.
That's pretty damn awesome, man. So basically, what Todd had just said was, he played it early on, and the only thing that was different kind of than Sea of Thieves, or one of the main things, was no multiplayer. But now that has kind of like come to pass. I mean, we're gonna have multiplayer. What does that mean? So like, tell us what how big is this gonna be?
I mean, so the plan right now is like, this is what we want multiplayer to look like, right? You are gonna drop in to a social port, right? And we're hoping that port can hold probably like 20 to 30 people at a time, right?
Wow.
That would be huge for VR.
Hopefully it works. But the idea is that on this port, you're going to be able to like customize your full body character. You're going to be able to like buy upgrades and stuff like that to your ship and whatnot. And then the idea is that we're going to use this port as like a way for like you to like get your buddies to come in, and then you guys are going to go and get on a ship, right? And then with you and your buddies on the ship, you're going to go sail out, and we're going to load you into a world. And we're thinking we're going to kind of lean into like the extraction gameplay, right?
Yeah.
Where you're going to go out and you're going to go through like a portal, and you get dropped into a world. And while you're in the world, you're going to go out and, find treasure, fight against AI, all that good stuff, right? But what we kind of want to do with it is like, obviously you have to get like back to the portal to return to the port to sell all your stuff to save it as gold, kind of like how Sea of Thieves does it, right? You go out in the world and Sea of Thieves, you collect your stuff, you come back, you sell. So kind of that same game loop, but we want to throw in an added layer where other players can place bounties on you and your crew. And so if someone else comes into the server and kills you, they not only get your loot, but they also get the bounty that someone else placed on your head.
That is freaking cool, dude.
Cool.
So you could just be a bounty hunter and just go into the game just freaking as a bounty hunter, just looking for people. Now, would they, like, if you go into the game, would if somebody puts a bounty on you, would that allow other people on the map to know where you are, or allow them to find you?
Exactly. Yeah. So what we're thinking is like, depending on how large the bounty is, will depend on how often your location is updated.
Oh,
so like as soon as there's a
almost.
bounty, like a super high one, you will always be tracked. But if it's like a low bounty, like maybe every 5 minutes, it'll update your location.
Damn.
But yeah, that's the plan right now.
That sounds cool.
This is going to be epic. I mean, one of the everybody knows one of my favorite games going on right now is Ghost of Tabor because of the extraction based gameplay. I'm a huge Tarkov fan. I love that gameplay. And you kind of had it already because, I mean, you could loot and you could get stuff. And if you died before you got back to, was it either your boat or your
hideout,
home base?
Hideout.
Yeah, you would lose everything anyway. So it was kind of that way anyway. But I think this will add so much more to it.
It's so fun. Tarkov, like I've played Tarkov so much, and like Ghost of Tabor as well. Like those guys are just killing it. It's such a fun gameplay loop, and I feel like it fits pirates so well because that's what they would do. They would go loot something and then disappear
and go home, drink all their worries away. Yeah, exactly. I can't wait.
I think, can you drink rum in the game? That's what we need to do.
Yeah, rum is health, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, is it really?
Oh, wow.
In Sea of Thieves, if you drink too much of it, it makes you puke,
throw up,
right? You start throwing up everywhere. That's awesome.
I found that out the hard way.
I want to give a couple shout outs on TikTok. Luxotic showed up and said, hello, Garrett.
What's up, Lux?
And
How you doing,
JPVR is also on TikTok saying hi.
Good to see you guys.
Awesome. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming and hanging out. We appreciate it.
For sure.
So, Garrett, I mean, tell us a little bit about, especially for people who haven't played the game, like what. So, is this a persistent world, or is it like, is it different every time you spawn in? Tell us about the map. How big, how much is there to find in the map? And how what's the game length? I mean, is there a length, or is it just go forever?
Yeah, I mean, it's very much sandbox, right? Like, I definitely wanted to make it. It's called Ludo storytelling. Excuse me. Where basically, like, where you go and what you do tells the story, rather than the game makers trying to like force it upon you. So like The map right now, as it currently stands, has 127 islands to explore.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
127 islands.
Yeah. Takes you in the fastest ship, it'll take you about 30 minutes to sail from one edge of the world to the other. Last time I checked. I haven't checked in a while, actually, now that I think about it.
All right, so we got to go time it right now.
Yeah. Be right back. But yeah, like obviously very like Caribbean vibe. Like we definitely went for that like Caribbean, you know, just white sands, super blue water. We're looking into potentially doing like a day-night cycle to give you more of that like super fun ambiance. Multiplayer will be interesting because we'll definitely have to see how many people we can fit into like an individual server at a time. Our hope is to get like 12 to 16 people at a time. So like 2 to 3 different crews in a server at a different time. Hopefully 4. If we can somehow push 20, we will.
That would be sick.
But again, like multiplayer is so unknown because like we just keep trying stuff. And I'm the kind of person who's just like, let's just keep going until it breaks.
That's it.
And so I just come up with the craziest ideas and then I have to kind of chop them back as I come back. But yeah, so we're hoping to be able to get like obviously like naval combat, you know, where you like ship to ship fighting, hand to hand combat. We're updating the physics to be more akin to something like Blade and Sorcery, where like you know everything's
like,
interactable.
Physical like ragdoll physics and things like that.
Yep, right. Exactly. Yeah, so more akin to that. Again, with multiplayer, we'll have to see how much actually comes through, but. Yeah, I mean, right now as the game currently
ships.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what you were saying earlier, right? Now will it be like
multiplayer ships? Like I can steal Eric's ship, not just an AI ship.
Ooh,
yeah. So we're gonna make ships consumable. So if you lose a ship out in the world, it's gone.
You're shit out of luck.
You can go capture them and bring them back and keep them.
Oh man, become your like. Can you have more than one ship? Could you have like a fleet of ships? Oh shit, dude.
Like.
This is gonna be insane, man.
This is gonna be good, dude.
This is gonna be insane. This is gonna be one of the like, especially if it's an open world thing like this, where you can just go in and like hang out and just battle other people with your buddies. You know what I mean? How freaking cool is that gonna be, man? I mean, just the social aspect of it now is like, man, this is gonna be this could be my new game. Like seriously, especially if we put a Tarkov twist on this, where it's gonna be extraction based. I'm all about this. D, how come you have not been in here yet?
I don't know. Stop. Leave me alone.
Oh man. Well, we could. If somebody's gonna win a key tonight, so we can.
I'll put my name on the wheel.
Put your name. We got another super chat. I just want to give a shout out quick to Rim. Brian.
Oh my.
Rim? It says, "G, can you play your guitar, please?"
Why?
With Story, by the way, what's the W Story? With Story, do you play the guitar?
He plays the ukulele.
Do you? You know who else plays the ukulele? Is Jasmine. VR with Jasmine is in chat. And she just said that her next video is going to feature Sail.
Oh, let's go!
Video. Yeah,
ukulele. I'm playing a song.
But yeah, that's so Jasmine plays ukulele. I'm not even sure if I was supposed to say that.
I don't know either. It's too late.
Shit. If I wasn't supposed to say that, I'm
take
sorry,
it back
Jasmine.
now.
Yeah. You guys didn't hear anything. I didn't say anything about VR and Jasmine in any way whatsoever. She's looking at her. She's like, all right. Okay, I just screwed up big time. She's probably pissed at me now. I apologize. I'm so screwed. Okay, Garrett, do you seriously play the ukulele though?
I do play the ukulele and the guitar. I'm self-taught, so it's gonna sound like shite if I play it.
No, come on, let's hear it. Let's hear a little bit. Look, I was singing, you know, the Backstreet Boys a little while ago.
That's true. That's true.
You got to play the guitar.
I mean, he did do a super chat, right? Like
he did.
Yeah.
He did, yeah.
Substatica says he plays the ukulele as well, and Jazz said it's okay, it's fine. So I'm
it's okay, it's fine.
And Goddess Robin.
Dude, I thought I was so screwed. You have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. Just
dude,
holy crap,
does not
dude.
sound like shit. You're good, man. Come on, man.
Wow, that is awesome, dude. Dude, you got a VR wall back there too. Look at you in your VR wall. Todd, can you make him big again? Yeah, you got a nice little collection up there as well. You got some headsets up there. You got I see a Pico, right?
You know who likes it when they make them big?
Yeah, she does.
My mom.
Yeah, she does.
Oh man, awesome! I love the sales sign you have behind you too. That's pretty awesome. That's the is that the stanchion you had in Utah for the for your booth? That was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I just keep it up because it's just like constant motivation, you know.
It's super cool, man. It's such a good, and you know, you have so much to be proud for, you know, with this game. I mean, you know, like you said, you know, you're a bigger studio now. You've got a few people, but I mean, literally, you just started out with you doing this and just had a dream and you did this. So, I mean, you have a lot to be proud of. It's one of the best games I've played, and it's getting better. Like every time you do a patch, it's getting better.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Creeper Betty just dropped a $2 super chat and says, I just bought the game. When does multiplayer come out? Let's go.
There we go.
I mean, okay, so everyone needs to know this. Like, multiplayer, we're testing it. Like, you can go play it right now. We have the port scene set up. And so, like, my Patreon supporters, they get to play test it. So, if you guys want to
absolutely
play test
go
it,
join his
check out
Patreon if you want to play it.
Yeah, pop us a link. Pop us a link in chat so people know where to go. Garrett, to go check it out. Yeah, I mean, this is freaking cool. I mean, I know how hard you've been working on the multiplayer for this. I guarantee you guys, when it comes out, it will be freaking amazing. It'll be the best that Garrett can get it to be, but I guarantee it won't be as good now as it'll be in freaking 6 months, because you will always continue to work on this game. This game is like a passion for you, so I know you'll always continue to make it better and better.
I literally cannot stop like thinking about it. It drives my wife crazy, but like I am constantly being like, that would be the, like today I'm watching a YouTube short where these guys on they're like, one guy's sitting on a board, right? And one guy is over water and the other guy is asking him questions. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my gosh, we could add in a plank to the ships where you can drop the person with a lever so that like people could do like funny things with that, right? Like, I literally can't stop.
Seriously, I guarantee you're going to be adding to this game like crazy. It's going to be insane. Are you excited for the Quest 3? And have you kind of started thinking about what Sail on Quest 3 could be?
Okay, yeah, so I'm so stoked for the Quest 3. I'm probably driving my meta representative absolutely bonkers. So I'm like, hey, I know I'm an indie game, but you know, you want to drop me a Drenth kit? So yeah. The great thing, one of the biggest recommendations that I hear from my community all the time is to add waves, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the problem with waves is it wrecks the GPU of the Quest 2 right now. Like if we turn on waves on our current setup, it's just instantly like minus 20 frames, right? So one of the things that like has been exciting to me about like the PlayStation VR 2, the Quest 3, the Quest Pro and stuff is they're getting more and more powerful, which means I can lean more and more into, you know, stuff like waves, realism, real-time lighting, you know?
Yeah.
Like just as these devices get better, it's so good for game developers because we're less restricted.
Right.
So yeah, I'm stoked about the Quest 3. I'm trying to get one early.
Hell yeah. I want one early.
Who doesn't?
You get one early. I'm coming to your house. I'm gonna like camp out on your couch. Tell your wife. Creeper Betty says, will this be coming out for PlayStation VR 2?
So we have a dev kit. We've been like toying with it. The problem is, so we just actually made this announcement this morning. We have decided to stop working on single player and put all of our effort toward multiplayer.
Hell yeah.
And because of that, like we've kind of like stopped porting over to like different headsets and stuff. And we're just like, we need to nail multiplayer on Steam and Oculus. And then from there, we can think again about other devices. But yeah, like we have the dev kit here for the PlayStation. So like, if free time comes up, if I find free time, yeah. So
you need a bigger team already.
So it sounds like I'm too late to ask for a Q2C flag on my ship, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, you're just long fence going.
I'll probably sneak in like little updates here and there just to like try stuff out. But you know, I can sneak in a flag. That's not a hard update.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Excellent.
Yeah, if you can put a teacup in, come on.
Yeah. Get the T-Clan their cup. Gosh.
Yeah. I love the T-Clan. I'm rooting for them
so
already.
funny.
Although the other clans are probably all pissed at me now because we didn't say their names at all. Anyway.
Yep. Food Clan is in chat.
How many clans are over there?
Right now we have 4 official clans. We kind of capped it at that because everyone was wanting to make a clan.
Yeah.
So we're kind of like, all right, let's just leave it at 4 for now.
So let's for anybody else who's watching later, we'll mention the other clans because you gotta give them airtime. So who's the other clans? You got Teacup.
All right. We've got the T Clan, we've got the Fire Clan, we've got Crab Clan, and we've got Food Clan. So to my
Food
clans
Clan,
in
that's
SailVR.
Interesting name for Food Clan. I like it.
Food Clan. Yep. They all have flags in the game. They can't complain about that. They got the
That's
flags.
awesome.
That's
Hell yeah.
awesome.
So Garrett, I mean, we got multiplayer coming, possibly other headsets, other platforms are coming, and I'm just thinking to myself, PlayStation VR 2, those OLED screens, power of the PS5,
Haptics in my face when someone smacks you with a sword.
adaptive triggers. Oh, dude.
Speaking of haptics, any B haptic support now or in the future?
They sent me a vest and everything. So like
Nice.
again, trying to find free time for everything. It's a nightmare.
I hear you.
We should call Alex. We should call Alex.
What
He's
Get
not,
Alex
Can
on
you
his
speak
app.
of
he's
the
not
free time?
with the haptics anymore, but he still knows how to do it.
But
Yeah,
he's
there you
still
go.
there. He's in chat. So damn it, Alex.
Is he? Alex, what are you doing, bro? Get over here. Garrett said he'd put your face in the game if you can get the
The Pirate King. Yeah.
Oh, you know what we do is on one of the ships we have him be like like on the front of the ship. I usually have like a woman at the front of the ship, like at the bow of the ship.
Oh God,
You
that
have
would
Alex
be freaking
face
That would
on
be
the front of the
freaking
ship.
hilarious.
The good ship, Alex. We are. I like
Oh
it.
my God.
Garrett,
Oh,
I'm all
no.
over this. I'm all over this. I'll come and work for you for free if we can get Alex's on one of the ships.
Oh dear.
Oh, amazing. So can you tell us, roadmap wise now, we know we have multiplayer coming. Again, other headsets are a possibility. We're working on it. Anything else you can tell us that might be coming? I mean, that's a million things already, but
Customization is another big one. We have full body customization that we are working on like right now. That'll be added to multiplayer really, really soon here.
nice.
So yeah, you can select like which hat you're wearing, like, whether you're shirtless or not, wearing like a vest,
Cool.
hook for a hand. Like we have some pretty
yeah.
crazy customization. Like I haven't seen a game put like this amount of like personalization into something
Oh,
yet.
good.
So
That's awesome.
that'll be fun. And then same thing with the ships. Like we're gonna allow for a lot of customization on the ships as well. Change different sails, different colors, like the body, different colors, like all that kind of stuff. So lots of customization. I definitely want to put like a lot of creativity into the hands of the players. Just let them go crazy. Other than that, I mean, like roadmap wise, what we're hoping to do is we're hoping to go into open beta before the holiday season. So like as people are getting their Quest 3s and Quest 2s, we're hoping to be an open beta for multiplayer that'll be available to anyone who's bought early access. And so they'll all be able to try that out. So that's our roadmap for now. And as far as other things to announce, I mean, we're just trying to get to that point.
I was gonna say, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. You're giving out a million different things, and you know what? What we were talking about like earlier, it's like going out and getting off the ship and hunting for treasure, which you can do, right? You can go find buried treasure, right? There's things to find. There's a ton of Easter eggs in the game too to go look for, right? Or things just to go discover. Forget about just trying to battle other players. Just going to these islands and discovering what's on the island, looking around, seeing what you can find. There's so much in here, right?
Yeah, so we actually have a super intense like lore behind Sail, because Sail is actually like the start of essentially like a VR universe that my brother and I created. So like Sail's just the beginning, and there's like, now that I have a team, I can start dropping little hints to like Easter eggs and the actual storyline of what's all going on and stuff. So like I'm really excited to be able to start exploring that.
Man, there's just so much coming with this game. Like we could have you on like every couple of months just for an update. This would be perfect.
Right?
You can play us some songs on your guitar. We can talk about the
go.
clans, and you give us an update on the game every couple of months.
There we go. Yeah, have me back. Let's do
We got a
it.
question from the community here on a $5 super chat. It says, much love. What kind of social interactions might we expect with multiplayer? Instruments, mini social games, etc. Stuff like that.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so instruments are a big one. That's one that I definitely want to put in, just because I feel like sea shanties are so key
Right.
Yeah.
to just, pirates and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely there'll be a lot of that. So we want to make crews like it's going to be a mechanic where like you have to sign up for a crew and stuff. And so we're also going to make a way for you to like boot people off of your crew and stuff like that. So I feel like that'll create some interesting mutinous type gameplay and stuff like that.
Cool.
With the bounty system as well, I think that's going to be like such an interesting to see like how people use that, whether it's toxically or like just like, oh hey, this is boring. Let's put a bounty on ourselves
Oh,
to see if we can like make gameplay more fun.
Yeah.
You know. So a
Yeah,
lot of
is,
stuff
there-
like
is there
that.
a bonus if you have a bounty on you and you don't get taken out?
And
Is
you
there, like, a bonus?
survive? Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah, so I was actually thinking like if you survive with a bounty on your head, the bounty goes to you instead of like whoever gets it. Like that's kind of
That's
how
a
I'm
good
thinking
idea.
we'll play it. So it'll be
Creep-
fun.
Creeper Betty in chat says she wants a ship named after her called the Bountiful Betty.
That's right.
All right.
Garrett's like, okay, that TikTok video that you made was the funniest video of people asking for shit, and you're like, okay. Do you remember what I'm talking
All
about?
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the
Okay.
funniest video. So it's like Garrett made this TikTok video, and basically, I mean, you explain it because you know you did the video, but
I mean, basically, like people are always asking me for stuff, right? And like I listen. Like one of my big things is I try to listen to my community. I try to like get in the comments with them and whatnot. But sometimes they ask for things, and I feel like some people don't quite understand the amount of time it takes. To
like, hey
put in
Garrett, how come
certain
the game's
things.
not free?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was actually one of my most popular ones. Is that
It's the
everyone said
funniest
like,
thing.
"Hey, you should make the game free," and I was like, "Okay," and I just deleted all the things I have to pay for in my life, and then at the end of it, I'm just in a cardboard box. I'm like, "There you go."
Yeah, here we go. It's the funniest thing. Yeah, Garrett, and that's another thing we should talk about too. You are an awesome TikTok. You are awesome at
Oh
TikTok.
my God,
you
I
make
love your
some of the
TikToks.
best TikToks out there. You have an awesome TikTok channel out there. How long you been doing it, and like what drives you to do that?
Okay, so how long have I been doing this? I actually, so like I've been on YouTube for a long time. I did devlogs, kind of like how any indie developer does from the very beginning. But then shorts and TikTok kind of took off like at the same time for me. And like it was so much easier than like putting together like a 10-minute video and stitching it all together. Like I could come up with such like much easier, funnier, more interactive content every single day that's like 12 to 15 seconds long rather than stitching together like a 6 to 7 minute video. So yeah, I've been doing that for it's been over a year now because TikTok keeps sending me emails. They're like, here's sale a year ago today. And I just look at it, I'm like, oh man, I was so cringy. And I'm sure I'll look at myself in a year and be like, oh man, that was so cringy. But
Don't ever
yeah,
look
so
back.
been doing that.
Yeah, I
and-
definitely do that on my TikToks. I'm like, oh my God, why did I pick
Don't
that
ever
up?
look back. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been awesome because like the reason that I do it is because it's been such a great like outreach platform for indie developers. Like when the United States started saying like, oh, we're gonna ban TikTok, like I was shaking in my boots because I was like, that's like 90% of my traffic. I don't spend a dime on marketing, like everything. The reason people discover my game is either because they find someone who's played it like Todd, or they find my social media. And like for a little startup who's like trying to be super, stingy with money and stuff, that has just been night and day difference that I don't have to pay an arm and a leg in ads every single month, So, and it also gives me that relationship with the gamers, which is so, so important to me because like, if I don't know my gamers, I'm not going to make a game for them, And so that's also been like a huge thing for me is just to have that constant communication. And so posting every day for me has been a way to like stay in the loop with the people who love my game. So
Yeah, and it helps you build your
part of it.
community too, right? Like you built probably a lot of your community, your Discord, based off of those TikToks, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, just so like we have all these inside jokes. Like you guys are now privy to like our clans, but that's just
Love
like
it.
all these inside jokes that the community has created. And I feel like that's the kind of stuff that's gonna last, is like when
for sure.
people feel like they're welcome in something,
They're a part of it, right? And they're
Yeah.
not just playing a game; they're part of the game. So yeah, no, it makes a big difference.
Yeah, I feel like that's what's been lost in AAA studios and stuff is they're just so corporate focused that they've lost sight of the the 14-year-old boys who are playing this in their basement, having memories that they're going to have forever. And that's like what I want to go back to because that was me, I was that 14-year-old kid who stayed up way too late with his buddies playing Call of Duty Black Ops and stuff. And it's just I don't feel like that exists anymore. And so part of my game dev journey has been to like try to help that get back to that,
Agreed. And we need more of that in VR. Like we need more of those experiences where you can get in with buddies and do like that and stuff like that in VR. So that's why I'm so super excited that you finally were able to announce the multiplayer. I've known about it for a long time, but I haven't listened to anything.
I know.
But yeah, I'm so glad that we finally be able to announce it to let people know that it's coming, to get people excited about it. Guys, go buy this game. You need to go buy this game now. Support this game. $14.99 on App Lab, right now.
Yep.
Also on Steam, same price on Steam, $14.99.
Same price on Steam. Yep.
But you want to win one? You can win one right now because Garrett's going to give one away. He said he was nice enough to give one away.
Happy to do it.
If you don't win it, then go buy it. All right, here we go. We got a million people. Let me just say this real quick, actually, because we have to make sure we announce this from now on. Guys, the only way to get on this wheel, the only way is you need to comment in our YouTube chat or Facebook or Twitch, right?
Yeah, YouTube is the best way. In case
YouTube's the
Restream
best
screws
way,
up.
but yeah, in case Restream screws up. But if you want to make sure that you're on the wheel, you have to comment. So I know there's a lot of new people coming in, and it's our fault that we don't
Unfortunately, the
announce
commenters that are on Sales YouTube channel won't get put into the thing. It's just not how it works.
Yeah, sorry guys.
It's an automatic function.
We're doing more key giveaways in my Discord for the SailVR birthday, so you can also
There you go.
Awesome.
Or if you guys want to pop over here real quick, just say hi and then go back. You can do that too. All you gotta do is say hi.
Yep.
All you gotta do is come in and comment, and then what happens is we use a program that pulls. D uses a program that pulls the comment from the chat.
Pulls the name
pulls the
when
name
they
and,
comment
right
in chat. Yeah.
That's how we know. Otherwise, we got to do it manually, and it's too freaking hard.
We want people
right.
to come in, but if people study flow, you're gonna drive D nuts.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. But just come in and comment, say hi. You can win a key to Sail right now. One of the best games that you will play. That's going to get better and better and better. All right, let's do this now. Everybody has a chance to comment. We should be good. Let's give away a key. Let's hear some. What kind of music are we going to do today, Todd? For the.
I only have a couple queued up, so.
Oh, there we go. That works. Little Nintendo. Virtual Strangers is pissed. He says he's not on the wheel, D.
Nope, he's not.
D.
Your name is on the wheel.
Oh, Laszlo 216 just came over. He said too late. Oh no.
It's okay, we're gonna re-roll. So Stephanie
Oh,
Mash
'cause
won.
Oh, my wife won. Yeah, I have the key here.
Oh, yeah.
Well, maybe my wife wants it. Steph, you want the key? I'm just kidding.
All right,
Reroll
we're
it.
good
All right, Laszlo, you're gonna get in there now. You got a chance. Anybody else? You guys got like 2 seconds. Anybody else get in here and comment? You can get back in. I'm gonna get comments. You know this. This is what happens to me, Garrett. I'll get comments after the show. I'm like, man, this thing is rigged. How this is rigged? I brought 3 people in and none of them won.
Nobody won a game.
Nobody won.
Yeah. It's pretty. Yeah, it's entertaining.
Technology at its finest. Rigging stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Give it to the Backstreet Boys.
I relinked it up here, so we should be.
Garrett, can you sing a little? Tell us why during the.
Tell us why.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heartbreak.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why. I never wanna hear you say.
All right, here you go.
I want it that way.
Very
Samson.
nice.
Nope.
We just lost 20 subscribers, but very nice. Way to go, guys.
Guido.
Oh, look at that. Goes to Guido 7335. Dude, Guido donates so much. I love when he wins something. It's nice to be able to give something back to Guido because he donates stuff to anybody. If you have somebody like in a chat somewhere, like in a live stream, that's like, oh, I'd love to get that game. I just can't get it right now. Times are, I gotta wait till next paycheck or something. Like 2 seconds later, Guido is like donating that key to that person. I guarantee.
Oh, what a goat! What a
Hell yeah.
goat!
He is.
Oh yeah, man.
He's a good guy.
Love that.
Congratulations. Now you can get in the sale and you can hang out and you can go check out the new multiplayer. Kind of. A little bit.
Soon.
Yeah. Cool, Garrett, man. This has been so much fun. Thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate it. And again, you have an open door here. Anytime you want to come back and play the guitar or hang out and talk or sing Backstreet Boys with us at any time, you're here, man. Just say the word.
Definitely.
Good deal, man. Happy to do it.
All right, everybody, go check Sail out. Go get the game. Go over and join the Discord. Sounds like it's a lot of fun over there. And make sure you check out Garrett's YouTube or TikTok as well.
Yeah.
Peace,
Thanks
brother.
for having me on, guys.
All right.
Have an awesome night, man.
See you, man.
Bye.
Dude, that was so much fun.
Right.
Garrett's awesome. He is just one of the best dudes ever. Like when we met him in person at Utah, and he waited that whole time. We were like, I just saw him sitting there. We were trying to get as many people in, it was just taking time. And I'm like, we got to get Garett up here ASAP. And he was so patient. And when he got there, he's like, yeah, I'm just hanging out. I was having
This
fun,
is
man.
great.
Watching
Yeah.
it, and
Yeah,
it was
funny.
super cool, man. So, such a good game. So much work put into that game. It's just like it's amazing to me that these games aren't known more. Like games like this, people don't know about them, or people not playing them. Just again, you get a game that maybe doesn't get as much love because it's not on the it doesn't show up on the Quest store, or it's an App Lab game. So App Lab games, don't get promoted to go on sale. You know what I mean?
Right.
So can you imagine if this game, had a couple dollar sale and it was $12.99 or $10.99? You know what I mean? On a main store
Bundled with
showed. I
something
mean,
or
yeah, people would know about it. It's just it depresses me that
and the
games are
MetaQuest
out there
Plus
like this.
subscription. This is a perfect game for that subscription. It's a
Damn.
perfect game.
That would be sick too, man. That would.
These
be
are the
sick.
kind of games I wish would be on that. So
Hell yeah. But cool, that was a lot of fun to get in there with Garett. I appreciate him coming in, and man, Todd, we need to get back into Sail or Sea of Thieves. Either one would be fine with me.
yeah, I definitely got to get back in there.
I should have asked him. There's no fishing in the game. You should be able to fish.
Yeah, there is.
Is there fishing? Can you fish? in there?
Yes, fishing rods
When
have
was
been
that
added.
put in?
It's been added.
We didn't talk about that. I've been fishing a ton, man. Me and D and Creeper Betty
Yeah.
got in
Okay.
and went into.
Oh, you guys finally did some multiplayer.
Real
So-
VR fishing.
Dude, I have been hooked. I've been talking to everybody about Galactic Catch, and like I got into this game and it just shocked me like how good it is and how much fun I had playing it. And I'm like, you know what? I've always kind of downed, not that I've downed it. It's just that I realize how great of a game real VR fishing is, but I just don't ever play it because I just don't have time, number one. And I was like, okay, I did it and it was okay. I just didn't seem like it was for me. And I've been doing this Galactic Catch, and everybody's like, how good it is and how great it is. And Betty's like, and even D was like, but real VR fishing, you can get in there with other people, and it's just amazing. It's a lot of fun. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give this another shot. So Betty was like, "You want to go fishing?" And D was like, "Let's go fishing." So the three of us got in there, and we fished for like 2 or 3 hours the other night. It was awesome.
It
My
was a couple hours, yeah.
My headset ended up dying. That's the only reason we got out. We would have stayed in there. My headset completely died.
I
It's
caught
so
a
much more
shark.
fun in VR.
Yeah, D caught a
or
freaking
in
big old mako
multiplayer.
shark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big old shark.
And then
Our
even like
first time.
last night,
You guys out in boats or were you shore fishing?
both.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And you guys on the crewcast earlier were talking about that game and about the animals walking by. You didn't mention what animal we saw when we were fishing.
What animal did we see when we were fishing?
The moose.
The freaking moose. That's
No
right.
way.
And then the baby moose. Like the mama moose
Yeah, that
went
was pretty
across the
cool.
screen,
Yep.
picked up her baby, and then the two of them went the other way.
And then
That's
me
cool.
and Skiva and
Yeah.
Betty went in last night again, and we actually fished for a little while last night for a couple hours. And one of them we were at, there was a bear on the screen, but man, the graphics looked so bad. It wasn't
a bad
real. It
bear?
was like they
Yeah.
took a bear and they like pasted it into the screen. I'm like, I would have just left the bear out at that point. It was a couple bears walking across the screen, and it looked
They
so
were not
cheesy.
good.
Oh, it was terrible. And I'm like, ugh. But I mean, some of them are like super cool. Like D, I finally got into the one that you were in, Betty were in before I got in there the other night because I couldn't get in. I didn't have the DLC. Well, I got the DLC
Japan.
loaded up, and the plane flies over your head at one point.
Right.
Scared
Every
me.
time when you were in there and we were on the call and you heard me like, oh shit. There's that freaking plane buzzing by, and yeah,
It's
dude.
cool. I mean, you're out there and you're fishing, and all of a sudden a freaking whale jumps up out of the water, and you're like, holy crap, man, there's a freaking whale right over there. And then like, you're reeling in a fish, and then a shark comes over and jumps on your fish and freaking takes your fish right off the hook. And I'm like, damn it. And I have nothing open. Like I've given it, like I played it for like an hour, like 3 or 4 years ago, and I'm like, yeah. So I never went back to it. So I have like no rods open. I have no bait, I have no reels.
Man.
Like I'm trying to like figure this thing out, and it's like, when you're that low, like they're catching all these big huge fish. I can barely catch anything because my line snaps or whatever. I don't have the bright bait.
Mhm.
But I'm still having a freaking blast. I mean, it's just a lot of fun, man. So
I think you can buy the other baits. You just
you can buy
can't-
them, you just gotta have the money.
Right.
Right. You got to catch fish to get the money to buy the baits for the bigger fish.
Jasmine,
You
says
gotta
the
you
news.
gotta alternate between like getting your experience and then getting the money when you release or
Right, when you're catching and release.
fish.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of doing. I would release them to get experience, and then I would try and keep them because I needed to buy new bait or
Right.
buy I finally bought like a new rod and a new reel and upgraded a little bit. So I'm getting there, and I'm gonna get back in there. I might even get in there and fish tonight. I'll probably do something tonight. Jasmine says noob, but I think Jasmine's the same boat as I am. She just refound VR fishing as we were found VR real VR fishing. I think she's just getting in, kind of like as a new person in there. So it's amazing how a game like that, just finds new people all of a sudden. Oh, that's right. Jasmine is live streaming Zenith tonight. That's what we're going into.
Oh, cool.
So I think after this, I'm going to go. Me and Betty and Jasmine and whoever else is going to be in there, we're all going to go into and do some Zenith.
Oh boy.
I'm definitely gonna watch that.
So, yeah, that'll be fun.
Is Jazz gonna be on her treadmill? Jazz, you gonna be on her treadmill?
Yes, she is. Yep.
Nice.
I think she's streaming to TikTok.
And TikTok streaming? Nice.
Oh, can I not air out your business? You don't want me to? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to advertise that you're going to go live streaming. She's like, stop airing my business. I'm sorry. Don't anybody go watch Jasmine tonight. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Oh, that's too funny. But yeah, she's on TikTok. She's live streaming to TikTok tonight, which is pretty cool, man. So that kind of leads me into my next thing. There's some news out there. We're already like an hour and 20 in. There's some news out there that I want to talk about, but it's going to lead me to my next thing, which is going to be Zenith on PlayStation VR 2, which is a really good version of Zenith. If you haven't tried it yet or played it, go check out Zenith on PlayStation VR 2. It's really, really well done. The OLED lenses and screens in there make everything kind of pop with all the colors. The triggers, the adaptive triggers are really great. The haptics in the face, make a difference, and it just looks good. It's definitely the best. It's the best version of Zenith out there. But that leads me to my next point, which is this past week, a couple of different places have done top 25 PlayStation VR 2 lists. One of them being PlayStation PSVR without parole. Now, so on last Sunday, Wes and Brian and AJ and Miles from PSVR without parole got together and they made they had a 5-hour episode giving their own personal top 25 PlayStation VR 2 games and then ranking them together to make one list.
Cool.
So go ahead.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, no, super cool. I mean, it's a great thing that he did, and I don't want to like do their episode, right? Because that's their thing, that's their episode. But it got me to thinking. When Wes told me he was making his list, I said, "Well, I need to make my list. I want to make my list because I don't want to go watch that episode and have anybody there influence my list because that can happen, right? If you watch somebody, you can, whatever somebody else picks can influence you on what you would pick." And I didn't want to have any influence in any way whatsoever. So I said, I'm going to go through and make my list first before I do that, before I watch your show on Sunday. So I did, and I dropped it in the Virtual Strangers chat with me, Roots, and Wes, just so we'd have, so I could go back and say, yes, I made my list before you guys, and here it is. Wes had already made his list by that time. It was the night before the show. So it got me to thinking, I want to talk about this because I was talking to Todd and D, and I said, I had an issue making this list. It's not an easy list to make, but not for the reasons I thought it was going to be. So I said, Todd, let's talk about this and let's talk about the list. And it wasn't just PSVR without parole that did theirs. It was also Upload VR, who, I love to get into these things with Upload VR. They made their list as well. And I'd like to talk about their list. I'd like to talk about our lists. And so Todd went in. Todd, you played pretty much everything that we have access to, right?
I did, yeah, for the most part. I played a lot of stuff. And honestly, it was hard to come up with 25 titles that I really would recommend to people. Everybody knows this. You and I are very different gamers. Mm-hmm. I enjoy things that you think are crazy, and I don't like some of the things that you like to play. And I think it works with our channel and our podcast and everything. So I think you're going to be extremely surprised about my list. And
this is going to be fun. D, this is going to be fun. This could be, I could lose my shit here. It is very good possibility. I'm going to keep it cool. I'm going to keep it super cool. Because
right? Like everybody plays VR for different reasons. And this is a great,
no. And your list is your list, right? I mean, I'm not going to judge your list. What you want to play is what you want to play, or what you think is what you. No, I mean, I probably will, but I mean,
gonna judge me, Dad.
But in the end, I mean, this is my top 25 list, but it's it's what I think are the best top 25 games. Maybe not even always the games that I would love to play, but these are games that I think are worthy of being in the top 25 for overall for everybody. So there's games I have in here that maybe I wouldn't pick as my best game, but it's pretty close. I think it kind of goes hand in hand. There are a couple that are off my list that people are going to freak out about. But there's a couple on here that I really would like on there, or like to think I would like to see on there, but maybe just not because I would love them so much, but because I think they're really good games and I think they deserve to be on there. D, you didn't get a chance to make a list because there's a lot of them that you haven't had a chance to play yet. But
And
ahead.
I don't think I could. The thing's only been out since frickin' February. You know,
Mhm.
I don't think that's enough time to, at least for me personally, to come up with a top 25 because it's only been out for not even 6 frickin' months.
There's
Yeah,
115 games. If you were going to
But
recommend
still,
25 to somebody, there's got to be a
it's a
list.
lot of games, and
it's
that's what kind of
mm,
spurred me
It's
on
just
to do
hard.
this. There's more games out there than you think already
Mhm.
for
right.
this headset. So, I'm curious as to think what everybody else thinks. Let's do this first. Let me just say that there are a ton of games already out. There's 114 games on the list, but some of them haven't released yet.
Correct.
So really, there's
They're
about
announced.
95 games that are currently that you can buy right now. Because a few of them are on this list that are like coming soon, or about like Firewall's on this list. That's not out yet, really, but
There's a
some.
bunch that are labeled announced.
For
Right,
me,
exactly.
that's not enough of a spread to choose from for a top 25. No,
Yeah,
that's
I
too many,
mean,
dude. That's like a court. That's
it's
dude,
almost
no.
100 games, D. I think that's enough
But
to make a
still,
top
that's only.
25.
I don't think so.
I mean, we're only asking for a quarter of what all the games that are out there. I mean, I think there's plenty to go by.
Right, a quarter of all the games out there. I don't think it's. I
I
don't think the
mean,
pool's big enough.
everybody has made lists here. I mean, top 20. I mean, Upload made a list. I mean, all the PSVR without Pro guys made lists, and they didn't have problems. I had a problem. I'm just saying, because to me, I mean, I don't know if there's 25 great games. I mean, I
I
did
had
come up with a
20 on my
list.
list, and then I was like, "Well, I guess I'll put this one on. I guess
Well,
I'll
that's
put this one on."
But see,
well,
how could you put anything behind, like, I guess I'll put this one on. I guess I'll do this. No, that's no, you want definitive answers.
agreed. Agreed.
You
And it
know? And
concerns me
I
that there
couldn't,
aren't definitive answers. All
but
the
it's
we're
only
this
been 6
far
months.
in with 100, almost 100 titles, and we don't have a definitive top 25. Like, that scares me that there's not that many like really good games out there. Now, PlayStation has always been a platform where they curate it pretty strongly to where they make sure that we get the best of the best games. That is not the case right now. A lot of the games that we're getting are just not that damn good. Um, and D, I mean, I guarantee that you could probably find 25 on this list if you kind of took a
But
look.
I don't wanna just settle for a number on that
But
list
there's a
with
lot of
these
good games here that
games.
you wouldn't have to settle for. To me,
Right.
when I got to the end, normally what happens to me when I make these lists is I have a difficulty making them because I have a difficulty taking some off to put something else on. That's normally where I get in trouble, and that's just not the case here. Like, I had a tough time when I got to 20. I had a tough time making sure I had 5 on there that I really were like, this should be ranked as a top 25 game. And out
Maybe
of
not
100 games, I
25,
should
but
have
10
that.
I could maybe do,
No, you
but
could do 10.
25?
You could do 20.
No.
You could get close. Once we go through the games, you're gonna like see there's more out here than you think. But again, at 100 games already, almost 100 games, there should be better. Like, why is there so many shitty games out of 100?
You'd
That's
think
my
there'd be more
biggest
good
thing.
games than shitty games. As a
Why is there 70?
sales tactic.
If I can't make 25, why is there like
80 shitty
75
ones.
Well,
shitty
maybe
games on the PlayStation VR 2?
instead of there be, the 25 best PSVR, no, you're settling to put games on a list like that.
Agreed.
I'd be
Yeah,
like 25 games I'd play
yeah.
on the PSVR 2. Okay, but best VR, no, there's not enough in that pool for me personally
Agreed, but I
to
think
make a
there
top
was what I'm
25.
saying. I think there should be more. Was what I'm saying is
It's
I
only
agree with
been
what
out
you're
not
saying.
even 6 months.
But D, there's 100
No,
games. Why
there
is there
shouldn't be
80
80
shitty games?
ones.
That's my point. It's not about how many games there are. Is why are there so many bad games?
Right.
Like, why am I looking at Math World VR? This is a game on PlayStation VR 2.
Somebody could
Math
be
World
really into
VR.
numbers.
It's for the children of accounting. people.
Really? Math World VR? All right, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this first. Let's go over my favorite place to go. Let's go over Upload VR's top 25 list. This is a list. Let me see who made this list, if they say. Okay, so this list was made by our buddy Harry Baker, which we love. He was a great guy. I love Harry Baker. And Henry Stockdale. Love Henry as well. Todd's met them both in person. I've met one of them
Very
in
good
person. They're very good guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill their list, but I love the guys.
I am
they're
too.
good.
They're great. Yeah.
All right, so let's start at number 25. This is Upload VR's list. Number 25. All right, Zenith, The Last City. Perfect. I'm there 100%. Maybe should be higher, but I'm okay at 25. 100%. I'm okay, but definitely deserves to be on the list. One of the best games should be on the list.
Should be on the list. Should be higher, in my opinion.
Number 24, Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge.
I haven't played it.
Absolutely belongs on the list. Probably should be right
Without
around
question.
there, maybe a little higher, but I think it's pretty close. I don't have any argument so far in the top two. Or the last two, 25, 24.
Yeah.
23, again, needs to be there. Maybe should, in my list, it's higher. After the Fall. After the Fall is a great game. It looks freaking awesome on the PlayStation VR 2. If you have the PlayStation VR 2 and you haven't played this game yet, it looks really, really good on there. And the new maps are really, really good.
I still have not played the new maps, dude.
No, you haven't, have you?
No, I
You
haven't.
haven't? You need to play these new maps. The subway maps are freaking sick, D.
Yeah.
All right, well, we got to do that this weekend now. All right, let's see. Where was I?
22 is Unplugged.
Upload has a
They're-
love
they're
affair with
They're
Unplugged.
in love with this game.
They have it on the all-time list too.
I
They have it
know.
on their all-time top 25 list of every platform. Like, this game is okay at best.
Is definitely not on my list.
Not making my top 25. No way, bro. And they have it at 22. They have it over Zenith. They have it over After the Fall. They have it over Star Wars. I mean, Unplugged.
Yeah, I don't get
Are
that.
you at all surprised with this list coming from, Game of the Year? What the
Well,
fan?
they're definitely consistent.
Yeah. Here is a game that I don't think, and Wes is in chat, he can correct me if I'm wrong. Here is a game at number 21 that they put on the list that I agree should be on the list, that the PSVR Without Parole crew, I don't think they have it under top 25. I don't know if any one of the four had it on their own personal list. And this is No Man's Sky. Like,
You'll be surprised
I don't
where this
know.
is on my list.
This is number 21 on Upload's list. I don't think it, Wes, you're out there. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it? I don't think it's on the PSVR Without Parole list.
Which blows my mind.
Blows my mind. Like, there may be some
That's
issues here and there may be
crazy.
some jank, but tell me that
I played it for 3 hours the other day. There
how
is
was
no
it on
jank.
PlayStation VR 2? It was great.
Yes, it is so friggin' good.
I don't know how it's not on their list. I don't get it. Like, I want to know
I don't get it.
what you're putting on here over this. Like, I mean, unless it's broken.
It is not broken. Not one thing that I could.
Again,
did.
Todd played it for 3 hours the other night.
And I didn't have
jank.
zero issues. And I've played it hundreds of hours on Steam.
No, I have heard that people said it was good, and I did go in there and I checked it out. It looked great. I played it for a little bit. I didn't have any issues, but I didn't play it as long as Todd. But I didn't have any issues, and it looks freaking beautiful in there.
Dude, it is so big and so it's just amazing. Yeah, I absolutely love this game.
All right.
Shut up, D.
What?
All right.
I mean, my candy.
You know who else likes
Shut
it
up.
big?
Here's where Upload loses me. Here's where Upload completely loses me. Like, I'm on board now, except for Unplugged. I'm on board with their list. Number 20, Humanity. It's not even a freaking real VR game. This is a flat game that they morphed into VR. It's a freaking Lemmings game. This is what we get. This is the number 20 game that we get right now is Humanity. You
It's not
kidding
even
me?
a VR game. It's a PlayStation game with a VR mode.
All right, number
Not on the
19.
list.
What were we gonna say? You're gonna say something, guys.
No, I was gonna say again. This is
I hated
their.
this game.
You hated it.
I did.
This-
Couldn't. I tried to play it. I couldn't do it, man. I'm like, this is stupid.
Yep.
I've been trying to do more with games. I've been trying to test games out more, give them a chance. This is not a game for me. I'm like, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna try it just to, try it.
Right.
But no.
No, for you.
Again, it
But-
doesn't make a top 25. I'm just saying. Number
Star
19
Wars is like 10 spaces up from that. Give me a break.
Yeah, from humanity. Come on. It's After the Fall is behind it. Number 19.
they don't
Here's
like
another one.
shooters.
This one is above all the other ones. Above Zenith. Tentacular. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Tentacular. This is a jank fest of a game at best.
I played this for a review on Quest and I hated
I
it.
remember stamping that.
This is one of the worst games
I
I've ever
tried my
played.
hardest to make it entertaining, but oh my god, what
It's
a
so
stupid
dumb.
game.
Ugh. All
But
right.
I guess there's people out there that love it.
Right.
This game, the next game, is absolutely 100% should be on the list. I don't have a problem with it. Todd, why is it at 18? What is 18? Tell everybody. Tell everybody what is
Red
18.
Matter 2 is number 18 on the Upload VR list.
There's 17 other games that are better than this game. That's what you're telling me.
Not on PSVR 2. Come on.
17. I want to see what's before this. What is before Red Matter 2? Probably one of the best games. It could be the best game. It's arguably the best game on PlayStation VR 2. It's number 18. Just above Tentacular. Why? It's a travesty to even have Tentacular and Red Matter 2 next to each other on a list in any way.
You know
It's
what I think they
insulting.
do? They just have all the games on little slips of paper and just pick them out of a fucking hat.
That,
They
D,
put
you're
them in a
right.
hat and they
I
pick 'em
absolutely
up.
think D is right. D has got it on this one. I think they mail this in. They completely mail this in and just like start pulling shit out. Or they're like, all right, Larry, Henry.
Let's put
Which one do you think will
Tentacular
piss
on the
Mash
list.
off the most?
They
You
did
think if
rock,
we put
paper, scissors.
Tentacular on here or oh my god. All right, let's get into number 17. All right, I have a problem with this game. This is an all-time great game again. All-time great. You know what I mean? But we talked about all-time greats today on Crewcast. I am not a hey, it's an all-time great, so let's make sure we get it on every list. It doesn't work that way with me. If a game is an old game, it deserves to be an old game and not on a new game list. And if I can't find 25 other games that are better than this 5-year-old game or 6-year-old game, we have problems in the state of VR. Why is Job Simulator on this list?
But is this list at top 25 new games?
Top 25
No.
games that are available for the PlayStation
Right.
VR 2. But again, if we can't find 25 games that aren't better than a game that came out that's not any different, it's the same exact game that you played 5 or 6 years ago. If I can't find a better game that's made today that's better than this,
VR's
that's a
in trouble.
problem. That's a
Yeah.
problem. That's where I'm saying there's a problem. I'm not saying Job Simulator is a bad game. My daughter still plays it today. I'm saying that if we can't find other games to put on a current top 25 list, that is a problem. See, number 16, C Smash VRS. Did you get in and play this, Todd?
No. And it's not on
I
my
did.
list.
I did, and it should not be on your list. It's
It looks
okay.
like a good game.
It's
Yeah, it looks
okay.
fine.
This is like Racket NX, basically what this is.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
But number 16, ahead of Red Matter 2.
Yeah. Come
C
on.
Smash is ahead of Red Matter 2. All right,
Yeah.
here's a game that I played this year that blew me away. I thought was really, really good. There's no way that it should be number 15 on this list. It did not even make my top 25, and I really liked it. I thought it was great. Fisherman's Tale 2, another Fisherman's Tale.
It made my list, and it is good.
It's really, really good. Like
I'm
everybody
not
should
sure
go play it.
15 is the place for it, but
15. This is better. Fisherman's Tale is better than Red Matter 2 and Zenith and after the fall.
you're gonna hate my list.
I know, I'm gonna hate it. I can't wait to go over your list. We're doing yours next. All right, number 14. I'm spending 0 time on this because this is an absolute joke. What the Bat is at number 14. What the Bat's better than Red Matter 2, better than Fisherman's Tale, better than After the Fall. You know, that's all.
Does it say anywhere on this list in very, 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 very fine print in no particular order?
No, I wish that would be at least.
Top. I was
that would
just
be at
thinking
least.
the same thing. That'd be fun.
That would at least make me feel better. Number 14. Like it shouldn't even be on the list number 1 at all, but at 14, this isn't 25. This is What the Bat is better than Zenith. Okay, it just barely beat this game. This game just barely beat After the Fall, or What the Bat, barely beat it. Moss, book 1 and book 2 at number 13. barely beat What the Bat. It was close. They were debating it for hours, but they finally gave it to Moss, book 1 and book 2. Oh man,
Moss got the luck of the draw before.
Moss book 1 and book 2 they're both are amazing. They're both great. The only thing that pisses me off is they made you rebuy it on the PlayStation VR 2.
Yeah,
the one anyway. I mean, that's the only problem that I had with it. But other than that, I mean, how do you come on? I can't even. I'm speechless. All right, number 12. I'll let you know if it's on my list or not later. But Beat Saber, number 12, deserve it.
Not on your list. Come
Might
on,
be.
man.
I was very good. I can tell you this. It took me a long time. I was very deliberate. I did not just cross it off my list. I
You
took my
needed a
time and I
spot
thought
to
about it.
fill.
No, we'll see. Number 12, Beat Saber. You belong there. I think it's probably. I don't disagree with this one 100%.
Okay,
I mean,
so this one you don't disagree with.
I do. We'll see if it's on my list. But
what was the game that we were just talking about? That's an older game that shouldn't even be on
Job
this
Sim?
list.
Job Simulator.
Right.
But at
so
least you have new music packs. I guess it's different. Trust me, I am not going to argue for this. Right? If you want me to get it off the list, I'm 100% on board with you. Let's get it off the list. But I can at least give you this one a little bit because of its popularity and because. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. But at 12. All right, number 11. I think it belongs on the list. I think it's too high on the list, but I think definitely belongs. It's one of the best shooters on PlayStation VR 2, and that is Pavlov. Number 11.
I gotta get into that more. I've only played that once or twice.
I think it's really good. I think you would like it. I think you would really, really like so many modes you can do in here. It's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Todd, did you get a chance to play a little Pavlov this week?
I did, and it is on my list. It is not in that position, but we'll get that.
All right, here's this is number 10. Now, I will say that this game only was on one of the PSVR Without Parole crews list. It was on only one of theirs. It did not make their final list. This is the one that I will disagree with all of them, and I'll tell them I will disagree with all of them vehemently. And I think it's a shame that they don't have it on the list. There was only one person that did, and that was Wes, and that is Switchback. How is Switchback not on PSVR Without Parole's top 25 list?
That surprised me too. It's definitely on my list. It was.
I love Brian. I
funnest
love
games
Miles. I love
played.
AJ. I think they're awesome. They're so good at what they do. I just disagree with this one. Like a lot of their list, I you know what? It's their list. They make their list. But to me, there's no way you're finding 25 better games than Switchback.
Yeah,
it should be on there. It deserves to be on there. I think it's a shame that it's not. I think that people give this game a hard time because they had such a love affair with. Oh, now I'm blanking now on what was the original game.
Oh shit! If you hadn't asked me, I would have told you.
Yeah, but you know which game I'm talking about. Thank you. Somebody say in chat what the original game was so I can remember. But
Come on.
London
Even
Night-
I
no,
know,
it
but
started
I'm
out
not
with-
saying it.
you're not saying it?
Rush of
Rush
Blood.
of Blood, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Rush of Blood.
Hell.
So yeah,
I never
I mean,
even played the game, and I knew the name.
you've never played Rush of Blood?
No, I haven't.
Wow, but you like Switchback, right?
Oh yeah, Switchback's good.
Thank you, Tatum. Appreciate it. And Dan Kitty VR. D wanted to torture me for some reason, and I'll make her pay for
I
that
just want.
someday later.
You know what?
No, don't worry.
You gotta get those neurons.
Yeah, right.
Right,
Those
right.
firing.
He's only getting older. I mean,
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think I absolutely agree with it that it's here on this list. I don't agree. Maybe I don't know. 10 is debatable, I guess. I mean, I'm okay with it. All right. It should be here where it's placed. Could be a little bit debatable. Number 9. I just don't get this one. I can't understand why it's ahead of Switchback, but that's Kayak VR. Kayak VR Mirage. No, I'm not seeing it. I mean, and I heard I played it, and I played it like a little bit. I haven't put a ton of time into it, but it's not as good looking as it is on PC at all. So it's
this
not.
is one I have not played on PlayStation.
It doesn't look as good or anywhere near as good. There's some super jank with it.
Yeah.
There's a lot. It's just not as good. So if you're telling me that it's a Marvel on PC, this is one where the PlayStation lags behind,
Right.
and it's just not as good. So, and there's nothing to do in there. It's boring. Number 8, absolutely should be on the list. Again, debatable on where you want it, but Walkabout Mini Golf I think has to be on here, which is good. 7, Synapse, new one, new game that just came out. This one has been hotly debated with a lot of people. Some people love it. Some people think it's way too short and shouldn't be, is not that good of a game. I think it's amazing. D, have you played Synapse? And Todd, have you played Synapse?
Yes, I have, and I've played through the first tier or whatever you want to call it, got to the second one all the way almost to the end. It definitely does intensify, but it kind of just seems like they just doubled everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
Yeah, I mean it's a valid point. I just think there's so much here, and it makes you feel like such a badass that it's
oh
so
yeah.
freaking good. Todd, did you get a chance to get in and do some
Yeah,
Synapse?
it's like being a superhero almost as close as you can get right now. So it's definitely on my list. It's not in this same position, but you might be surprised as to where it is.
I want to
Maybe.
go. I want to
Alright, we're
play it
getting close.
again because there's certain like achievements that you can do in there. Like
Speed
clear
runs
the
and
clear the level without shooting a bullet. So just with the boxes and
tossing
everything
stuff
else.
around.
Yeah.
Number 6, Pistol Whip. It's way too high. I'm sorry. I love Pistol Whip. It deserves to be on the list. Number 6, Pistol Whip is better than Synapse. It's better than, Walkabout Mini Golf. It's
Red
better
Matter 2.
than
And I
Switchback,
love
Red
Pistol
Matter
Whip.
2, Zenith,
Love
Pavlov.
Pistol Whip.
Pistol Whip is great. It's another all-time great game, and they do have new content, which helps. Okay, but do you think Pistol Whip deserves to be number 6 above all those other games?
No.
Again, this is a good. It probably deserves to be on the list. It's to me, it's kind of debatable to be on the list, but I think it deserves it. It should be on there, but not at 6.
I think it definitely
6?
deserves to be on the list.
It's a great game. It's one of my favorite games. Here's
Constantly
another
getting
one.
updated.
Here's another one that I just jumped into for the first time, and I did not put a ton of time into it. I think it's very cool. I think I need to play through the whole experience to maybe get the whole thing in it. It's not that long. It's only like maybe 90 minutes long or whatever. But that's Before Your Eyes, and that's a number 5. Number 5, Before Your Eyes. Now it may be a hugely emotional experience, not a game, but it's number 5. That's insane. I don't think it should be on the
Insane
top
to
25.
you, but those 90
D,
minutes could
number
have.
5.
But
You're telling me again, but you're going to tell me again. But D, this is what we're supposed to be doing, judging these things. Again, I can't just say me. We're judging this as the top 25 games of on the PlayStation VR 2 right now. There's no way that I can put Before Your Eyes at 5. It doesn't belong there. It maybe doesn't even belong on the list. You're doing a disservice with people when you go out and you make these lists and you tell them, yeah, this is the 5th best game over Switchback. If I'm a person looking, I'm trying to figure out money wise, and I got 2 choices to buy a game, I can go get Zenith, Switchback, or Before Your Eyes. But Before Your Eyes was ranked higher. It's the 5.
Or Beat Saber. And I know you don't like Beat Saber, but how is Beat Saber further up the list than this?
Number
Beat Saber's
4,
got thousands of hours of playtime. This is a 90-minute experience.
Why'd you have to bring up Beat Saber?
Because it's relevant.
I know. Trust me, it was a crazy one for me. Number 4, Demeo. Demeo is an absolute game. I like it at number 4. Debatable back and forth here. Top 5 game, I think it has to be at least. I think it's beautiful in PlayStation. I think it's awesome. I'm so happy that the PlayStation VR crowd can finally play Demeo, and it absolutely belongs in this list. The next 3 all deserve to be here. They probably all deserve to be in this position. I think it's very debatable on where you put them. I'll give them real quick. Gran Turismo 7 at number 3, Resident Evil at number 2, Resident Evil 8 Village at number 2, and number 1, Horizon Call of the Mountain. All good games, all deserve to be here. Maybe Horizon Call of the Mountain, not top 3, but I think damn close. Very debatable. To me, you can interchange most of these.
You're going to be surprised when you see my list.
Wow. I think this is where a lot of them need to be.
But I understood the homework as top 25 games I would recommend. Is how I understood the assignment. So maybe that's going to skew
Okay.
where things are
Okay.
based on, the types of games I like to play, and some of the games that are on my list aren't even on this list.
All right, so this is fantastic. This is their list. I gotta find something here. Where is hang on one second. There it is. Okay.
I linked the list in chat so people can go and have a look if they want to look at the list.
So let's talk about what didn't make their list. Saints and Sinners 1 or 2 did not make their list.
Yeah.
Did not make the top 25. So Humanity is better than Saints and Sinners. What the bat?
Tentacular.
Better than Saints and Sinners. Either Retribution. You pick which one you want. Retribution or both. I mean, you're telling me Saints and Sinners doesn't belong on the top 25 list? Hubris is not on their top 25 list.
Yeah, that's a little
Before Your
surprising.
Eyes is better than Hubris and better than Saints and Sinners. Swordsman is not on their list.
That surprised me.
Swordsman's been a top-selling game on PSVR 1 and just got an upgrade to PSVR 2 with better, with enhanced visuals, with enhanced gameplay, with adding ranged weapons, better melee. Didn't make the list. Tetris Effect didn't make the list. Probably shouldn't have, but didn't make the list. Let's see. Is there anything else that sticks out at me that didn't make the list?
Zombieland Headshot Fever. To me,
big one.
What the fuck? Why was that?
Zombieland Headshot Fever didn't make the list.
Yeah.
How dare they?
I mean, yeah.
How dare they?
It definitely would have been on my list.
The Light Brigade didn't make the list.
Nope.
Again, this coming from Upload with Game of the Year.
It's just insane. It's insane.
Did you not expect insanity going over this list from them?
Yeah, but you have to look at these lists, Steve, by the eyes of a brand new player to VR who doesn't know Upload gets this shit wrong all the time. So they go to Upload's website and they see this list and they're like, "Oh my god, I gotta get that Before Your Eyes thing because it's on the top 5." And those of us that are VR veterans are like, "What the fuck? You're missing all the great games that these new people should be playing."
So exactly what you said is why Beat Saber's on there and frickin' Job Simulator and some of those other games that you're like, what the fuck?
Song of the Smoke didn't make the list. Song of the Smoke is really, really. Oh, you would like it. I think you would like it, D. The art style, the story, it's super cool. All right, I don't want to go over too many more of what didn't make the list. Let's go over Todd's list real quick because I want to kind of start to wrap this up a little bit. But
he wants to shit on my list, is what?
No, I don't want to shit on your list. I don't. I want to be very tolerant of other people's thoughts, feelings, and I want to hug you and tell you it's going to be okay. But I'm probably going to shit.
But I'm wrong. Yeah. I definitely.
No, I love you, dude. I love you. I love you. I'm probably going to disagree with your list, but I won't.
You will. There's definitely 3 or 4 you'll probably disagree with being on the list, and there's definitely one you'll disagree with where I put it on the list.
Okay.
And I think Wes is probably gonna freak out too, but too bad.
Really, you think Wes is gonna freak out too?
Yeah,
wow.
Probably. But okay, so my number 25 for me was Walkabout Mini Golf. Needs to be on the list, but it just needs to be on the list. It doesn't need to be featured on the list, in my opinion. Number 24. I have a game that I don't think have even played, but it's up my alley. It's my kind of game, and it was Townsman VR.
Wow, Townsman is on your top 25.
Hours of entertainment. Hours. Definitely not on your list.
So you went 25 Walkabout Mini Golf and number 24 Townsman.
Yep.
Okay.
I did. And then number 23, I got another game that wasn't on anyone else's list, but Runner.
Excellent.
Should have been on everyone's list, in my opinion. But
agreed.
Great freaking PSVR 2 game. And
Love
then
it, dude.
Number 22 is this one might piss you off, but this is a 2-part game, and I split them up instead of putting them both on one.
Okay.
Because I prefer one over the other.
Okay.
And number 22 is Walking Dead Retribution.
Nice.
There was some jank with that game. It wasn't quite as polished as the original, and the original is on my list, and it's higher up on the list. I can tell you're biting your tongue because you want to say something.
No. I look, Retribution's amazing, and they fixed it. So I mean, there was issues when it launched. They fixed everything. And if you go in now,
honestly, I haven't played it since the fix.
I know, that's what I mean. So I think if
yeah.
you go in now and you played it, I think it's still it's definitely the better game of the two. But I don't disagree that you have it here. I'm glad you have it on the list. I think it's still low on the list, but I'm glad you have it here.
Number 21, I have on my list. I have Pixel Ripped, and the fact that it's not on the other list blew me away as well.
Interesting. I like it.
Moving on to number 20. This one almost didn't make my list, only because to me, I find it very repetitive, but it is beautiful and it's super popular, and it's After the Fall.
Repetitive?
You love this game. I enjoy it, but I do not love it. To me, it's repetitive. You just go in and do the same thing over and over and over and over again.
I'm okay where you have it on the list. I'm glad you have it on the list. I'm okay where you have it.
But I think it needs to be on the list. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And where are we now? 20? 19. Pistol Whip gets number 19 for me. I'm a huge fan of that game.
We had Pistol Whip at the same spot. I both had mine at 19 too.
Oh, no way. Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yep.
Jumping up from that,
Pistol Whip deserves. I don't disagree that it's on the list. Like I have it on my list. But it's not 6.
What's this? Right?
I think they have it at 6, right? On their upload, it was up there, right? Pistol Whip. I think they have it at 6. Or
yeah,
something
they had
there,
it
right.
Really low. Yeah.
It was. Yeah, it was crazy where they had it. But yeah, I agree that it should be on the list.
Yeah, they had it at 6. Too high for me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Another
sure.
Fisherman's Tale was next on number 18. Again, these are games that are my kind of game. So
yeah,
I enjoy these games. I think it needed to be on the list and it needed to be higher than some of the other games like After the Fall. But that's just my opinion. Up from that is Song in the Smoke. He's right. You really need to play this game. It is.
You'd love it, I think you would really like it.
Isn't it one of those survival?
It is. Yeah, it's a survival.
It is, but it's different than any other one. The art style is completely different. It does have a little bit of a backstory and a tale to it, and it is scary as shit when you get into the nighttime. There's some creatures that will hunt you.
Why would you tell Dee that? You want her to play the game, dude.
You would like it though. I really think you would like it.
No.
It's good. Yeah.
All right. So that was what were you at?
That was number 17.
17. Okay.
16 for me was Zombieland Headshot Fever.
Oh, we had the same 17 also. I had Song in the Smoke at 17 too.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. 16. I'm sorry. What was your 16?
Zombieland Headshot Fever.
Okay. Love it. Should be on the list. Deserves it.
Yep. Number 15 for me on my list, top 15 is Hubris. Really enjoyed that game.
Mm-hmm.
Did it make your list?
Should be on the list. Yeah. Did it make my list? Yeah. Yeah, it did.
It did make your list.
Mm-hmm.
Next up at number 14 was Swordsman VR. And you're right, with all the latest updates, it kind of bumped it up for me. It looks so good on PlayStation, by the way.
It does. Definitely the best way to play it if you're going to go play it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially with the haptics.
Yeah.
Synapse is next at 13.
Okay.
Doesn't like being a superhero. I'm assuming it's on your list. Probably not in the same spot.
Not in the same spot.
Number 12 is Zenith. And I was a huge Zenith advocate. You know that I was a backer on Kickstarter far before it became a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks fantastic on a PlayStation. So number 11 for me was Red Matter 2. Absolutely gorgeous game. Looks even better on PlayStation than it does on Quest Pro.
I'm shocked that you have 10 other games that are better than Red Matter 2.
This is where it gets tricky, and you're gonna be like,
oh, D, here comes D.
Number 10 for me is Demio. She's taking her headphones off.
Demio is 10.
Yeah, it did get 10.
10.
It looks so good.
You okay, D? She got scared. Demio is 10. You had
Demio
10
is
other games.
10.
You have 9 other games that are better than Demio.
Yes, Saints and Sinners hit number 9.
Okay.
Moss Book 1 and 2 together hit number 8.
Okay.
Switchback made number 7.
Switchback made number 7. Okay.
Number 6 was Light Brigade.
Wow, you have Light Brigade way up.
Good game. Really good.
Good
No,
for
it
the
is.
game. He's a smart man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good game.
Sometimes.
People should
Okay.
play that game. Number
You have Light
5.
Brigade over Demio.
Yeah. Again, this is a list of games that in my preference. Like
Okay.
to me, if I'm going to sit down for a couple hours, I'd play Light Brigade over Demia. Mainly
Okay.
because I'd rather play Demio with people I know than strangers. And to coordinate a gameplay session and stuff can be time consuming. If I just want to jump into the headset, I would play Light Brigade. Number 5 is Resident Evil Village. Mainly because it looks so damn good.
I'm sorry, what was 6 again?
Light Brigade.
Light Brigade. And number 5 is Village. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Not really, but go ahead.
These next 4 you're gonna freak out when I tell you these.
Okay.
Four.
I'm
Saber.
freaking out now.
You're freaking out now.
Beat Saber number 1.
I was gonna say Beat Saber better not be on this list. I'm just saying right now. We're at 5. Beat Saber better not be on this
There's
list.
4 left, and Beat Saber might be on the list.
Oh my god, dude. No way.
Number
way.
4 is Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Never.
I loved it.
4.
Number 3 is Horizon Call of the Mountain.
Oh my god, that leaves 2 spots.
And
are you
The
panicking
top
yet,
2
man?
spots are
He's
what's gonna
speechless
piss him
here.
off.
Look at him. Are you okay?
Number 2
Can signal? Can you? Yeah, you're okay.
is Gran Turismo 7.
Oh my god.
If you have Beat Saber number 1, I'll crawl through this fucking screen and I'll rip your throat out. I swear to God. If you don't put Resident Evil on your list, I will kill you.
I said Resident Evil already.
Emotional damage.
Resident Evil's number 5.
Ah.
Oh, Resident Evil's 5. Okay, I missed that part. I'm sorry.
Number
So what
1
is your
is No Man's Sky.
Wow.
Beat Saber did not make my list.
Wow. Thank
And
God.
I
feel
adamantly
so much
will
better
fight
now.
for that. Because No Man's Sky is fucking amazing on PlayStation VR 2.
Wow.
My face hurt from smiling for 3 hours the other night. And it's maybe because I've put 200 hours into No Man's Sky on Steam. Putting it into PlayStation blew my mind. It is so good.
This is telling. This is telling that you made it your number 1, but it didn't make the PSVR without parole list.
Ugh, blows my mind. Yeah, Wes, I don't
Wow.
understand that. Yeah, I don't understand that at all. How it did not make 25
Wow.
games blows me away.
All right, so that's your top 25 list. Give me what didn't make your list. What was your close one? Did you have anything that was close?
Runners.
I'm trying to think about what, like, Until You Fall didn't make your list.
No, it didn't. It's just, I don't know. It's old, right? Like it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, it didn't make my list.
So Beat Saber didn't make your list. Synth Riders didn't make your list.
No, Pistol Whip took the.
Yep. No Tetris Effect, no Kayak VR, no Vacation Simulator or Job Simulator.
No.
No Garden of the Sea didn't make your list.
Nope.
Gorn, Humanity, Drums
Nope,
Rock,
nope.
none of the Jurassic Park.
Gorn's good. Gorn's a good game, but you can play that on the Quest. You don't need a PlayStation VR 2 for fucking Gorn. Give me a break.
Cosmonious High didn't make your list.
I was gonna put that number 1 just to piss you off, but
I have a couple here that I'm going to disagree with, and it's not because one of them is not because I don't like it. I think Another Fisherman's Tale is freaking awesome. It's a really, really good game. Did not make my list. I think I had it as maybe a runner-up, like a close runner-up that I think I would put on the list. But Townsman VR, did you played it? You went and played, because I know you played a crap ton of it.
I think I've almost finished
on PlayStation VR.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm a Little Cities fan. I'm a Cities VR fan. Like those kind of games just are my jam. So
well, that's going to be another question for me because, all right, let's go over my list real quick. Number 25 for me was Survive. This is a game that we just covered.
I have not played that yet. That's one that was like, where should I put this on my list? But
it's really good, and I had a chance to play it a lot last week because we covered it for Virtual Strangers. Me and Wes got in there and played a lot. Betty came in, we played. This was a game that I wanted to like a lot on PC, but it was just so broken and janky that we just couldn't play. It was almost unplayable. We couldn't even team up. We couldn't get in there. But there's a lot to be loved about this game, and there are diehard people that love the PC version because they put up with the jank because what is there is so freaking good. And I've been putting a ton of time into it, and I really like it. I think it's a really good game. I think it is underrated on the PlayStation VR 2. Like people are people are
Just got
talking
bad
about it
rep because of the
because of
Steam
the
game.
PC.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like they give it a chance and they go play it on the on PlayStation VR 2. It is not perfect, and I think I hope they're still working on it. It's not perfect. There are still some issues, but they're so minimal. And what you get away from in the PC version that you or in the PlayStation version with jank is you got to remember the game itself has jank, but PC VR has jank, right? So a
Right.
lot of times it's not even the game, it's just PC VR jank that you got to get through too. So when you add those both together, it makes it worse. When at least now you're playing it on a console, you know, in the PSVR 2 headset, you remove the PC jank part of it and you're just dealing with whatever little issues the game might have, which is always less. So I like the game a lot. I think it deserves a spot on the list. I wish you had time to play it because I think it probably would have come close to make your list. Number 24 for me, and maybe I don't. Wes can let me know if this didn't make the PSVR without Pro list. I don't remember. It's one of my favorite games. I think it's really really good on the PlayStation VR 2, and that's Cosmo Dread. I think this is a
Yeah.
great game. Again, that's overlooked.
That was definitely another one that was like, it should
I
be
think
on
it's
here somewhere.
really, really good. It's great. All the sounds and using those Pulse 3D headphones with the dynamic audio in the PlayStation VR 2 and the PlayStation 5. It's so good, dude, and it looks awesome. Arcania says, "I forgive you, Todd."
I know, yeah. Because I didn't put Synth Riders on the list.
Oh my god. Wes says yes, it made it on the list. Brian had it at top 10. He had Cosmo Dread top 10.
Wow.
I definitely like it. I don't know if I'd put it top 10, but it definitely deserves, I think, to be on the list. So I did put Cosmo Dread on the list. Number 23 is why I wanted to jump into my list right away after what we were just saying, because you are a City Builder fan. I'm surprised that you didn't put Cities VR on your list because I did put it on
VR
mine.
is too complicated, I think, for the new people. So if this was a top 25 games for new players to VR, it's complicated.
But it's a city builder, and people love city builders, and they play a lot
That's
of
why
them.
Townsman made the list, because it's much easier to do. It's still a city builder. You're town builder, same concept of game, but much easier.
Yeah, but I think Cities VR, and when you do these things in VR, that makes them easier and more approachable than it would be flat. And just that there is the fact that there is a city builder in VR, I think this game deserves to be on there, and I think it's better than Townsman. I mean, what is here, I think deserve it. This is a true city builder. Everything that is on almost everything that's on the flat screen version of this game is on the VR game and VR version, but you're actually physically grabbing and doing things and placing things, which is, you know, to me is the way to play one of these games. So I think Cities VR deserved a spot on this list for me. And again, this is not a game that I would probably go back to, but I put it on the list because I think it deserved. It was good enough to be on the list. Number 22 for me was No Man's Sky. This was your number one, and this is my 22. But I did not spend as much time in there as you did. I wanted to go in and I wanted to play it. I spent a little time in just so I could.
I can't wait to play with some more people and play multiplayer.
I had no brokenness.
Yeah, I had no brokenness.
Yeah, so I had no brokenness. I thought it was good. I thought it looked beautiful. I didn't spend as much time as you did. I went in there just so I could at least see it and say that I thought it was good. And again, if what is here, if the whole game is here, so to me, it's good enough to be on this list. There's so much here that you can do in No Man's Sky. I think it has to be on the top 25.
Hundreds of hours of playtime.
My 21 didn't make your list and didn't make Upload's list, and it is a rhythm game. And this is where I placed the much known, much loved, and the best-selling rhythm game that's not Beat Saber, and that is Synth Riders. I think Synth Riders deserves to be on the list. It is a rhythm-based game that is so very good. It has great multiplayer. It looks amazing in the headset. They have amazing music packs. So this does make my list. As a rhythm game, made my top 25 list. I don't know if it made it. I'm assuming it probably did not make the PSVR without Pro.
It's a rhythm game.
I don't know. We'll see. Oh yeah, you're right. I had more than one then. My number 20 is that was 21. My number 20 is Zombieland Headshot Fever. I love this game. Absolutely deserves to be on this list. I had a tough time with this one. I wanted to put it higher. Higher, lower. I wanted to put it closer to number one than not number one, but I wanted to put it lower on the list.
Right.
To make it, in a better spot. But this is where I end up leaving it at. But I think it definitely deserves. And 19 is Pistol Whip for me. So it did make my list, Pistol Whip. But at 19, I think it's where you had it too.
It's the same spot I had mine. Yeah, Pistol Whip.
Yep.
19. Yep.
18 for me is Swordsman. 17 Song in the Smoke. both games, they're great. See, we already talked about Swordsman, how good it is, and why it definitely deserves to be on the list. It's one of the
Yep.
best melee games you're going to play. Definitely deserves to be on the list. Song in the Smoke is awesome. D, I really want you to play this game. I think you'll like it. Number 16 for me is a game that I played all the way through on Quest. I thought it was really good. I played all the way through it again on PlayStation VR 2, and not because I had to, but because I wanted to, because it's that much better even than the Quest 2 version, and that is Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge. It is
Another one I
freaking
still haven't played.
awesome.
Yeah, it was number 4 on my list. It's awesome.
This is one of those games that when they announced
so
it, I'm
good.
like, when they announced it was coming, I'm like, ugh, another port. But this is not just a port. It looks so much better. It plays differently.
Looks so much better. The haptics
Yeah.
and the trigger haptics on all the weapons is so good.
Number 15 for me is Light Brigade. I think this is a great game. It's one of my favorite games I played this year. I think it deserves to be on this list. I think I like it right in the middle at 15. Number 14, Pavlov. I think Pavlov is a great game. There's not a ton of multiplayer shooters really on PlayStation VR 2. This has to be on the list.
Yes.
Did not make my list.
Oh, that's right. It
I
didn't
want to
make your
point
list.
that out. You didn't notice, but it was not on my list.
Oh my God, Todd. You had Towns over Pavlov. Holy moly. D, Pavlov on the list. Do you like it at 14?
Yeah, well, it would definitely be somewhere on the list for me. I haven't given it enough, but it's a shooter, and I love shooters. So
Yeah. It's just an all-around great game. It should be on those. It may get bumped off by some other games they're dropping this year. It's very possible it may get bumped off. There's so
There's a
many
lot of good games coming.
There's so many good games coming for PlayStation
Right.
VR 2 that are going to be great. I mean, Ultra's coming, Firewall Ultra, Crossfire Sierra Squad, which is a
Right.
different type of game. It's not really like this, but Pavlov is right now on the list. Will it be on the list in 2 months? I don't know. This one should be on the list in 2 months. It's still one of the best games to play. I still don't understand how it's not on the PlayStation VR without Parole list. And that Switchback at 13. I think this is probably where it could be. I fought to get it lower on the list. I was trying to get it inside my
13?
top 10.
Yeah, I got it
It's at
inside my
13.
top 10, number 7.
I tried to get it in my top 10, but I just thought there was some other games that I had thought were probably a little bit more deserving. It's tough. This is the one I fought with the most. Positioning was one of the biggest things I had to fight with on making this list. I made the list quickly and then
Then
tried
you're
to figure out.
shuffling the list for hours.
Yeah. The list, I was like, here's my top 25, and I was just trying to figure out which ones I wanted to make my final 5 just because I wasn't sure. And like I could have kept Survival off. Do I think it's Cosmo Dread Cities? My top from 20 to 25. I mean, Zombieland made the list at 20. I like it there, but Synth Riders, No Man's Sky, Cities VR, Cosmo Dread, Survive. I'm not in love with any of them. Yeah, no, I know you're but I like them on the list. But again, those are the ones I was like, I had to like stick them in the list. Like I had to put them in there because there's nothing else. All right, where are we
Filler.
here?
That's what I
Fill-
don't want to
filler?
do with the list, man.
Yeah, you don't want to make filler. I'm with you. Like we shouldn't have to. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
All right, where am I here?
I'll have a list at the end of the year, but we're not even 6 months into this thing.
Yeah, this is
so
going to be
I-
a different list too, for sure. All right, I put this game just above. I played all the way through this game, beat it. That's Hubris at 12. I think this game is beautiful. It's awesome. It's such a good game. I have Zenith pretty high here. I think Zenith is underrated. I think I have it at 11.
Yeah, I had it at 12, so we were close there.
Yeah, 25 is way too. This is on 25 on the upload list. I mean, there's so many games that beat this. 11, I think it's right about where it needs to be. It didn't make my top 10, but it was close. It was really close. Switchback is the one I think I feel the worst about not getting in the top 10. Here's my number 10. Here's my 10 through 1. After the Fall, I mean, you knew it was going to make it for me. I think there's so much here with new maps and what they put into us. The way it looks on this headset, I think After the Fall deserves to be here. Number 9, Moss Book 2. I did split them up. I don't Moss Book 1 I did not put on here just for the real fact that I don't like the way they probably tried to price it, so I was not putting Moss Book 1 on my list. Moss Book 2 makes my list. I think it's amazing. I think it must be played. I think Moss Book 1 should be played too, but Moss
2
Book
is definitely
2
better.
is definitely the better
upgrade. Yeah.
Yep. Number 8, Walkabout Mini Golf. I thought about getting this in the top 5 somewhere because it's so popular, but I think it's at number 8. I think them not having this game for PlayStation owners for this long was a bit of a disservice to the PlayStation VR crowd, but I understand why Mighty Coconut did it because they didn't want to put it out there for a dead platform, which was PSVR 1. Number 7, I have Synapse. I want to put this game higher, and I think I have not beaten it yet. I'm quite a ways. I've already made it through one run. I'm on my second now. I have another one left after that. It is getting a little repeaty for me, like D said. So, but I'm still having a freaking blast playing it. And I do feel like such a badass when I'm doing it. The skill tree on here is so good and so deep, and you can play it so many different ways. You can play it, as a shooter. You can play it as the, more of like using the mind effects and moving things around. I really like Synapse a lot. I fought with this one. Number 6, I fought with too a lot. I wanted to have it higher. I love this game. I think it's great, but my top 5, I think are way the best. But I almost had this one in there, and that's Horizon Call of the Mountain at 6. I wanted this in the top 5.
6. Wow.
I have it at 6. I wanted it in the top 5. Here's my top 5. Demio is at 5. Red Matter 2 is at 4. Walking Dead is at 3. Resident Evil's at 2. My number 1, and I probably think it should be everybody's number 1 because of the amazingness that this game is, and that is Gran Turismo 7. Still
If
think
it
it is.
isn't Gran Turismo, I'm gonna shit for it not being on the list.
Yeah, Gran Turismo 7 should be. I really think it should be everybody's number 1. It is so freaking good and deep.
Yeah.
But Resident Evil 8. I mean, let's just take a look at my top 5. I did them real quick. Demio is a fantastic game, and it just keeps giving and giving and giving.
Right.
And finally, it makes it to PlayStation. There is so much here now that it wasn't even there in the beginning. I mean, when this game came out on Quest, it was one map. It's 5 maps now. How many characters? It's so freaking good. And now you get the whole game now with all these maps. This Demio is a freaking marvel, and it's so good, and it plays so great and looks so good on the PlayStation VR 2. Red Matter is awesome. It may be there's an argument it could be number 1. If you told me it was number 1, I don't know if I could fight you. I would be like, good pick. Red Matter 2 is amazing. Walking Dead Retribution, everybody should go back and play. I've been playing it a little bit more the last couple weeks because I want to get in there number 1, but I wanted to make this list. This game is amazing. It is better than the first version. Way better. The story is better. They fixed a couple of things that were issues in the first one. This is the best melee in any game you'll find. The physics are amazing. Everything works in this game. It just looks really, really good. I love Walking Dead Retribution. I think it got a bad rap. I wish they didn't launch it when it launched because it just got a bad rap because it wasn't ready. If it was ready and it was perfect, this game would be in everybody's top 5. I guarantee it. It's that freaking good. It deserves to be there. Resident Evil 8 and Gran Turismo 7 are the ones I think are interchangeable. I think anybody could switch those two around. I took me forever. I just think Gran Turismo 7 is a marvel. I mean, Resident Evil 8 is awesome, but it's still a flat game that they made into VR. And so is Gran Turismo, but it doesn't feel that way. And with Resident Evil 8, sometimes still feels like a flat game that moved into VR. Gran Turismo, if you told me it was a VR game built from the ground up, I would believe it in a heartbeat. I wouldn't know. It looks so freaking good.
Yeah.
I mean,
the flat parts bugged me at the beginning. There's a lot that's flat. Really, the only part that's VR is when you're in the car. I think they could have done it a little bit better instead of looking at that map where you pick all the locations you want to go to or whatever. That could have been like in an apartment, and you had to walk up to a wall to pick those things on a map on a wall or something like that, or inside a garage or something, just to make it more VR-y.
I think it would be cool if the menu,
cool.
I think you're right. If the menu screen was like in VR and you could just
that would be much cooler.
If you could just see the buildings and they were like 3D around you, that would be cool. And
even if you were locked in a building and you looked out the window and you could see all the other buildings, and then you went over to a wall and did the same thing on the map. You picked wherever you wanted to go, the cafe to get your missions or whatever. But if you did it while in VR, I think it would have just put it way over the top for me.
The racing is so good that I can't even knock it for that.
It made number 2
whatever.
for me, and it's just because the racing is in VR. It's so good.
It's so good, dude.
And I don't have a wheel. I don't use a wheel. I use my
and the wheel and pedal puts it over the top, dude. Literally when I'm driving, I feel like I'm really racing. I really do. Like I don't even have like the best rig. I mean, I couldn't even imagine if you had a whole motion simulator, how freaking amazing this thing would be. But I mean, I'm super happy with what I have, but I love it, man. It's such a good game.
It felt so different going from the controller to the wheel.
So that's right. Because you tried it on Roots' wheel, right?
Right. Yeah, we got the wheel downstairs.
Nice. So what did you do? So yeah, there is. If you've only played it on the controller, and then you went to the wheel and pedal, it does take some time to get used to. But when you get used to it and you find that when you find that sweet spot and you're taking those corners and you're really getting into it with the wheel and you're pulling on it. You know who else likes when you pull on it?
My mom.
You go, girl.
Yeah, she does. It's really good. No, it puts it over the top for me. It's just such a good game. But again, I wouldn't argue the top 5 are even the top 6 to me are kind of interchangeable. Like I could move if you said Horizon deserves to be number 3, I don't think I could argue. I'd be like, okay, it's a fair
It's
point.
number 3 on my list. Yeah.
You know, if you said Demio deserves to be 2, fair point. I'm there with you. You know, if you were like Synapse should be number 1, no, I'm not there. I think it's good at 7.
I would argue with that.
I think
on
it's
that,
good at
yeah.
7. I think Wes, did Wes say something up top? Did he say that? Wes said it's number 2. Retribution is great on his list. It's better than the first one. It is. And it is. And I think they hurt themselves, unfortunately, with that. Because of the way they launched it. I just wish they would have waited and make sure everything was perfect when they launched it, and they didn't. And it got a bad rap, and now they're having to deal with that. But I think if you go back there and you give it a chance, it'll be one of the best games you've ever played. D, you need to go play.
What?
You need to go
I
play.
gotta get that. I will try it. I gotta finish Village first too.
Oh, I
Well,
know. I
first,
want to
not
finish Village
first,
too.
but, ugh.
I'm pretty deep in the Village. Like I'm pretty deep. I know. Roots and Wes are both close too, and nobody has finished it yet. Like, none of us. But Todd, where did you have Village again?
I had Village at number 5.
Right. Okay. What was your top 10 again? Give me your top 10 again.
Top 10 was Demio, Retribution, Moss Book 1 and 2, Switchback, Light Brigade, Resident Evil Village, Star Wars Galaxies, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Gran Turismo, and No Man's Sky.
I think I like your
Other
list.
than No Man's Sky.
I like your list, and I think Star Wars is a little high. But other than that, I mean, I can't disagree with much of your list.
It was definitely easier to make a top 10 list than it was to make a top 25 list.
I do think it's funny that neither of us had Beat Saber on the list.
I thought you had Beat Saber way down at the end, at the bottom. Oh, I thought you did.
It didn't make it. Now here's a few that I kind of put on my list to say that these are ones I would probably try and push in, and that would be Tetris Effect.
I never played that.
Jurassic. It's very good, especially multiplayer. I got in there with Skiva and Betty one night, and we had a blast in there.
I haven't
It's
played
like
that. That's another game I haven't played.
it's so good.
multiplayer
It's so
on.
much fun. Like I love that game. Jurassic World Aftermath I thought was really good, and you get both chapters now where you only got the it was separate. Like, I don't know if it didn't make my top 25. I don't think it should. But that's just one I wanted to mention. Beat Saber was on my list of ones I was gonna. I thought with Beat Saber for a long time. It would have made probably somewhere between 20 and 25 if it was going to make a list at all. So don't think it would have been up anywhere even near higher than that. If it was going to make my list, it probably would have been 25, maybe.
I'm
24.
surprised you even thought about.
Oh no, I
it,
did. I
'cause,
was trying
like,
to.
if you
I
would
tried
have
to be
like,
fair. Again, this isn't the list that MASH wants to play. You know what I mean? Because these are the list of games that I think deserve to be on the list. And I tried to give Beat Saber its due. I just don't think it does enough to make the list over all these other games. If they were like Synth Riders and they had a better multiplayer and they did
That's
more
the
different
biggest thing.
things.
If their multiplayer was better, it would be better. Like
They just don't. To me, they
I don't
just
know why
don't
they
do
haven't fixed
enough.
that.
Yeah, just puking out music packs and changing the shape of your blocks is not enough for me. You got to do something. You've had a long time now. If you want
Honestly,
to continue
that's
to
why
be a top,
Walkabout made 25 on my list.
yeah, Walkabout's getting close. Walkabout is about to get into a territory that I am a little nervous for them for, and that is they are dropping way too many courses way too fast. I talked about this in the last course where I said I think it's almost not special anymore when the course comes out. And Wes was saying to the same thing. Me and Wes and Roots, I think we're talking about the same thing the other day. Like it's too much. Like they're getting into it, and I get it why they do it. They do it because people are going to download them, and that's really the only way they're going to make a lot of money now. So
Mighty
they can get
Coconut
that.
doesn't have any other VR games, so
But they're getting close to where I'm worried about them putting them out so fast that again it's not special anymore. Like and it's just too much. Like it should be like one every 3 months or 2 months.
and maybe
tops.
that's just the enthusiast in us that
Really
says
should be 3
like
months
there's just
or
too
4
much
months.
going on. But I
Yeah.
kind of agree. I think there's just too many. I think if I had to buy these DLCs all the time, it'd be like,
I
oh my
wouldn't do
god,
it.
another one came out.
Yeah, I'll be done. I'll be like, like this new one come out. I'm like, another new one just
Yeah,
is about
another
to
one's
come
coming
out,
out.
and
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go do this again. I'm like, it's just not special. I'm not saying I don't want it or I don't like it. I think it's a great game and it deserves packs. I just think again, we want to keep these things special, and
Even if they did DLC multi-packs every 3 months, with 3 things in it. 3 new maps every 3 months instead of 1 every week or whatever the hell they're doing now. Like, I don't know.
This was a fun list. I would like to have this took longer than I thought, and I'd like to have a conversation later on maybe about the state of PlayStation VR 2 and do I think it's in trouble? And I do. I mean, we could talk a little bit about it before we sign out of here, but we got to get out of here soon. We're almost 2.5 hours in. But I do want to say that I think PlayStation's in a little bit of work. I'm worried, and I've been fighting for PlayStation. I mean, I think we all have. D, you love your PlayStation. Todd, I think you have become, you've come over to the dark side and loved your PlayStation.
The optics, the haptics, the controllers, I love them. The feel of the headset, I hate it.
Yeah, you don't like it's uncomfortable for you, right?
It is so uncomfortable.
It gets me a little bit after a while.
No
like,
Man's Sky, I had like a cut along my. Maybe it's because I have no hair. It is so painful on a bald head.
You need more hair. For sure.
I don't know. Yeah, I can't do that. I need to find someone needs to come out with like a comfort pack or something. If anybody out there knows of some padding for the PlayStation VR 2, let me know.
I'm worried. I'm worried for the when you get to the top 20, there are all good games. Okay, there's some great games in here. Like the top 10 are freaking great games. The top 20 are all really, really good games. I'm having a tough time getting the top 25 to say they're all great games. I'm just you're getting close to me here. You know what I mean? And I don't like Math World. Why is that in the store? Cave Digger 2. I mean, Cave Digger 2 is an okay game, but is that a game that I have to have? I mean, that's Thumper's cool. Thumper's really cool, and it's definitely better on the PlayStation VR 2, but this is what we have. Oregon Quarter.
But I don't know if that's Sony's fault
Brain
or
Beat.
the developer's fault. Like, is there
It's
just no
both.
one developing for the PlayStation VR 2? Like, we can't shit on Sony for putting out all that's available. Like, we need games. So,
but where's Sony's first party? Like, that's where I'm going to kill Sony.
Yeah.
Where's Sony has a ton of first party studios. Like, where are these games, man? We are a long ways in now. I mean, from when this came out. I mean, I
think it's also soft launch, right? Like, I think that come Christmas time,
I
and
hope.
with all these announced games that are coming, like even the Assassin's Creed franchise that's coming in.
That's what I said on
Christmas better
Crewcast.
blow us away.
Yeah, exactly. What you just said there is exactly what I said on Crewcast today. It better be fucking good.
Yeah.
It better be good. Because if not, if it doesn't blow you away, like I've been fighting off like people like Radio Run for 6 months. Because he's saying there's no good games. There's nothing compelling me here to go buy a headset or go put my headset on and play it. I've been fighting people off. I'm like, no, you're wrong. There's here and it's coming. Well, it's coming has come. It's here now. Like the game should be here. Like I should be able to find 25 games that I am just like over the moon to put on the 25 list.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean, Brain Beats, Fantavision, The Last Labyrinth, Galaxy Cart, Across the Valley, the original Cave Digger, Awesome Asteroids, Humanity, Rhythm Planet, Seeker, My Shadow.
That's my point, though. I don't know if it's. I can't blame Sony for that. Well, other than the fact that their studio hasn't come out with anything, but their studios are coming with stuff. They keep telling us. Why are other developers not? Is it too difficult to get on the Sony store? And if that's the case, how did What the Bat get on the fucking store and games like Sail aren't on the store?
Yeah, but Todd, Kazuna AI Touch the Beat is on the Storm, and you haven't played that yet.
You know who else likes to touch the beat?
She does.
My mom.
Yeah, she does.
You know what? I caught that earlier. That's my.
It's your voice.
For me. I know. I'm like, oh wait a second.
That's your what? Oh, is that you have it? Oh, I didn't hear that.
That's
I thought
not
that was
D.
actually D saying it.
No,
Yeah.
it's the drop. I took it off last week's stream.
Oh, I thought it
He
was
was
D
like, say
saying
it.
it.
No,
Damn, D. I thought
it is
was you.
D saying it.
No, but I thought it was you now, not you in the past.
It's D in the past.
Yeah, she does.
VR Sprite guy says in Radio Runs defense, he's just playing Diablo 5 or Diablo 4.
Diablo 4, yeah.
Yeah. I look. I've had a blast with my PlayStation VR 2, and I still recommend everybody go buy one. There's enough here to play. There's so much here to play that it's great. But I don't know if there's enough to bring people are looking for games to play right now. Like, I mean, we're a little gluttonous because we get all these keys, right? We get all access to these games. Not everybody's probably played all these games yet. That's a lot of money in games. You get 25
Right,
games.
you
It's a
gotta
lot of
remember
dough.
that. Yeah.
But I just don't know still if there's enough here. Like, I need more, and it just better be coming. I hope it's coming. So I'm not saying PlayStation VR 2 is a failure in any way. I am saying that I am nervous. I am not ready to hit the panic button. I'm not ready to claim it a disaster. I am just saying that I am nervous. I am ready for them to come out with guns a-blazing and show me Astrobot. Show me your first party titles. Show me something that's going to blow me away. I'm ready for Resident Evil 4. It better be great. Like, I need to see some great killer stuff coming. Like, where are all these flat games where they said they were going to do all these hybrid games and you're going to have all these amazing flat games that are now going to be hybrid games and into VR? Where are they? I want to see those games. I want to see The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Not a Last of Us VR version. I want to see The Last of Us as a Last of Us game in VR. That game, I want to see these games that are now in virtual, now hybrid virtual reality games. It's time. It's time to show it, Sony.
Substatica said something good in chat. He's like, if you have a PS5, get a PSVR 2. If you don't have a PS5, there's really no need to buy a PSVR 2. And I didn't have a PS5, and I had to buy one.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
It's
if you're
a lot of
starting from
money
scratch,
for a bunch
it's a lot
of games
money
that I can play on other headsets.
I will tell you, some of the best VR I've played this year has been on that system, though. Like, again, look at the top 25. Gran Turismo 7, Resident Evil 8, Red Matter 2, Demeo, Call of the Mountain, Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners. Those are game-changing games for me. Those are games that are they're what VR should be. These are the games that I think every game should be this type of quality, or I want every game to be this type of quality. So if you can't play some of these, like Gran Turismo 7, Resident Evil 8, Horizon Call the Mountain, you're not playing these anywhere else.
Yeah.
Synapse, you're not playing these anywhere else. So while I agree with Substatica that is a high price to pay if you're starting from scratch,
right? That's what I'm saying. This new
might be
season
worth it.
coming up, Christmas, with the 6 or 7 titles that they've been. Oh, even more than that. There's like 10 titles that are announced and coming, and they all look really good. It might be Black Friday sales if you don't have a PSVR or a PS5. Wait till then, but
VR Spry Guy says Sony is waiting for the holiday season.
Yeah.
Maybe. That's what I keep saying. I keep making excuses for Sony. I'm like, yeah, they're waiting for this, and yeah, this is coming, and then this is look, God, no, don't complain because this is what they're waiting for, and they need to pay off at some point. Like they need to be there. Like it's time. You know what I mean? Todd, System Critical is in chat and wants to know what's up. Todd, did you get a chance to check out System Critical 2 demo?
I did play System Critical 2 demo.
Yeah.
I played it last night. Eric and I and Wes were playing another game. I don't know. Can we talk about that game?
Yeah, we were playing Grim.
We were playing Grim.
Nobody's had a chance to play this yet, but yeah, there's a game out that's it's in development, very much like very much Rust in VR, and we had a chance to check out Grim, and we were in there playing that last night. And Todd's like, I was going fishing. Todd's like, oh, I'm going to go check out System Critical 2 demo. And what'd you think?
It's awesome. I thought the first one was cool. Like total Mega Man vibes, right?
Yeah.
This one's even better. And it's only available on Steam VR right now. And it is free. The demo is on Steam VR. And it was super fun. Like crazy fun. It's got melee now and different types of melee, different types of robots and stuff. So when you're meleeing guys, some guys, it's a one hit. Other guys, you got a whale on them. And it's still got the giant blaster. And it looks so much better on PC VR than it does on Quest. I got to tell you.
You know who else likes the whale on guys?
My mom.
Yeah, she does.
Look, D, you don't even have to say it anymore.
That makes it so much funnier now that you're actually not saying it, D. I can see her already. She's like, you're going to need to get rid of that.
D'll try and get used to it. D doesn't like hearing her own voice, dude.
I know, right? Wait till you get like a Go XLR and you hear it and you hear your own voice in your headset the whole time while you're talking. That takes a little bit to get used to, but now I can't do without it. Like I have a tough time now when I'm somewhere else and,
Yeah.
I'm talking and I don't hear myself in my headset because you don't know what you sound like. Like if your mic goes bad, you don't know until you're listening to it back later. Now I know right away if something's not right. $5 super chat from Backsorn VR says, with the level of detail in Saints and Sinners, I want to pat an NPC in the head and they react to it. Agreed. That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Maybe it's coming in the next game.
I just dropped a link to the Steam demo for System Critical 2 in chat. So if you are a Steam VR player, definitely go check it out. Super cool.
Oh yeah, Substatica says, what platform is this Grim on? And Substatica, it is on Steam. And hit me up later, man, and I will. You're somebody that probably should be involved in that in some way, moving up and yeah, DM me later and we can talk about it.
Discord or something. Yep.
Yeah, we chat back and forth quite a bit. So DM me and we'll
there's
talk
some things
about
I can say, right? It's going to be available on 3 platforms.
I would not say any of that yet. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know yet. I don't know exactly what we can say. Let's not say that because I don't know for sure. Yeah, let's just say that it's a game that's on Steam right now.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of announcement about it yet. It's not on Steam right now. I shouldn't say it's not on Steam. It's going to be on Steam.
Yeah.
It is in
very early.
It's in development, early access and development, and we don't. And it's been streamed, so it's not like it's a secret. Z Storm has streamed it. Short Stack streamed it. It's very good. Yeah. It's very much Rust in VR. It's pretty awesome.
It's not Grim Lord.
Grim Lord is such a good game. Yeah, this is Grim, but Grim Lord is good.
Grim Lord is good. I played it the other day too.
Yeah. Very cool. All right, so this was. I'm glad we got a chance to do this. This was fun to do with PlayStation VR 2. I just looking at other people's lists are fun. It's not easy to make lists. It took me a long time to make this list. I'm sure it took Todd some time to figure this out, to get into each game and then to sit down and make the list. It's not easy. Brian and AJ and Miles on PSVR Without Parole. If you haven't seen it yet, and Wes, go watch the show from last Sunday. It was 5 hours because they went through and they debated to make their ultimate. Echoin says Eric is clearly afraid of me. Where in Grim? Maybe.
I don't know.
I'll get in the Grim with you, dude. I'll shoot you.
You died last night, and I stole all
I did. I died. I'm like, I'm dead. Todd, come over, grab all my stuff. I died of hunger. Todd wouldn't give me any of his mushrooms.
Nope. Never mind.
All right, this was fun, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate it. Todd, what do we got coming up? Anything good?
We're gonna give away a key right now to what the hell game was it? We were gonna give away. I forgot.
You play the trailer of it
from the.
Well, you got to do Galactic Catch from the chat, and then we're giving away
Iron Rebellion.
Oh,
that's it.
This one's Iron Rebellion.
Thank you, Backsorn VR2, by the way, for that $5 super chat. We appreciate it. That was awesome. Love the super chats. We thank you.
What was this again?
Iron Rebellion.
Iron Rebellion.
And we're respinning.
Who was that? I missed it.
Virtual Strangers.
Oh, damn it, Wes.
Damn it, Wes. And then we'll quickly give away the comment from last week, which was a Galactic Catch key. Wes says it was rigged. Techno glitch.
Damn.
Nice. Congratulations.
Techno glitch.
Very cool. Congratulations, Tech. We appreciate everybody for being here tonight. Come check out Virtual Strangers. Always on Fridays now. It's a day after our show, not a day before our show. Myself and Wes and Roots, we're going to be playing. We're going to be talking about and maybe playing. We'll see. Some really cool shit. I don't want to say exactly yet because I don't know if we're 100% agreed. I think I'm agreed with what Wes and Roots are talking about right now, but I don't know if we should say yet. So it just whatever we do is going to be awesome. We'll tell you that tomorrow night for Strangers in the Night, and then Saturday I'm going to live stream something Saturday. D, what are we gonna? You going to live stream with me Saturday? What are you doing? You want to hang out or no?
I
How dare you?
Don't.
What you got? What are you doing? You want to hang
I
out
don't
with me?
know. There's a county fair that we may or may not be
Oh,
going
that's
to
cool.
Saturday. So,
Really? County fair. That's cool.
yep.
Well, if he doesn't hang out with me, I'll hang out with myself, or I'll hang out with Betty or Skiva or somebody. We'll go do
There we
some.
go.
I want to do something different. Like I want to go into some. I want to play something flat. Probably not flat. No.
No, you
I
said
want
it.
to
No,
play.
take
No, 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 no.
backsies.
I'm going to play something like solo. Is what I
Returnal.
meant to start with. Oh, I would play Return.
See?
That's pretty good. I'm
Destiny
going to play something
11
probably.
is the winner.
Destiny.
Nice. Congrats. Destiny 11. Congrats. That's an awesome Galactic Catch. Way to go. Thanks for the comments. Now, anybody who didn't win, go buy Galactic Catch because it's freaking great. But I'm going to play something flat. Not flat. Stop saying that. Jesus.
No,
I'm not going to play something. I'm going to play something
that's
solo.
twice
I'm going to play
now.
something solo
You
for a little bit.
have to play it.
I think I'm going to get in. I'm going to play something solo just to kind of hang out and play something a little bit. Then I want to get in play some multiplayer. I want to do something different multiplayer. Like, I don't know.
Real
No
VR
Man's Sky?
fishing?
We could do. Do you think real VR fishing would be fun to stream though for people?
Yeah, probably.
No Man's Sky.
Probably
No
not.
Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky could be fun. That could be cool. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I haven't been in the Tabor in a while. Breachers is getting a new map. I like Breachers. I could get into some Breachers for a little bit. I could do some Pavlov. That would be cool. I may want to maybe stream something from the PlayStation VR 2. The problem with that is I can't get my chat in there, which I hate.
Right.
But we'll do something. We'll figure it out. I haven't really decided yet. If you have any thoughts, what I should play? There's a good one. Virtual Survive. Survive. That's a very good possibility. We could do some Survive stream on Saturday. That's awesome. You kind of tell people why it made my top 25 list. That would be fun.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah. If you got anybody want to vote, leave it in the comments after the show. Leave it in the comments of this video. Tell me what you want me to play. I'll play. Except Beat Saber. I'm not playing Beat Saber or Across the Valley or whatever.
Didn't you promise a long time
I did.
Cosmonious High.
Cosmonious High. I think that made Miles' list. I think Miles had Cosmonious High on his list.
Oh my.
Didn't have Switchback. Like,
Oh
what?
my.
What?
He's
What? He's fired. That's another good one. Dark Sword. I can't forgot. I played a shit ton of Dark Sword this week. Love Dark Sword. If you guys have not played it, Quest 2, Dark Sword. Have either of you guys played it?
No, not yet.
It's really, really good. It takes a little while to get into it and get good and like really for it to start take off. But it's hard. It's really good. This progression. It's a roguelite. D, I think you're all down with this one.
Oh, see, I wasn't too into it until you said roguelite, and then I'm like,
It's fun. The progression part of it's fun, trying to build yourself up. And when you become when you start to be more of a badass, it's super cool, man.
Cool.
Down.
Cool.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. We really appreciate it. Come see us as soon as you can for the next one. For myself, Todd, and D. Bye bye.
See you, everybody.
Peace.